elders once said, time is a living, breathing thing. Powerful, beautiful, and oftentimes cruel. It can humble the strongest army, shape mountains to its will, and turn entire oceans to dust. But time itself is not free from jeopardy. There are those who seek to control it, corrupt it, change it to suit their dark will. And if that ever happens, the universe will need a true hero to stop it. Are you ready?
Well, I guess this game has the whole leitmotif thing down, doesn't it? Okay, here we are again. And by comparison to Friday, I feel like $1,000,000. So, we will get ready to load our save. And in a couple of minutes, let's say 2 minutes, we'll get started. Mostly better now. Friday was the worst day out of all of the days that I was sick, but pretty much by the time Saturday morning rolled around, it seemed like sleep was the major thing that helped with this one, whatever it was. Because at this point, pretty much all I got is just a little bit of like mucus left over in my, mostly just in my nasal cavity. It didn't really get down my throat before I got all of the, sorry, this is gross, before I got all of it out, so. I feel much better than I did previously, but I think the sickness didn't really get bad because, well, I anticipated it. My father got sick first, so as soon as he started showing any sickness signs, I started taking vitamin C and zinc on top of the multivitamin and vitamin D that I take normally in a day. So when I got sick, it was like one day really bad, and then every day after that, it was like 10 times better than I was. So it was quick, and now I'm good. Hello, Lifeblood and Conquer. How you both doing? Welcome. We're just about to get started. Probably another 30 seconds or so, and we'll get going. Stream starts took a bit. Yeah, it took a little bit because I had a few extra responsibilities. Normally, I can allow someone else to take the dog out for me while I get the stream stuff ready. And that helps me, even especially if I'm running behind schedule on a day. Today I was running a little behind schedule, and no one was here to help me take the dog out after I fed him, so I had to do everything myself. Excuse me, and that's why I was a little late, but that's okay. Not a big deal. Oh yeah, I'll be good. I'll be good in terms of the health stuff. Once I get this mucus out, which shouldn't take very long at all, probably another day or two, I'll be in great shape, so... Brother dropped off his kids with you. May leave later to go play with them. Sounds good, Conquer. Yeah, go ahead and give them some quality time. I mean, I don't know how often you see them, but yeah, give them some quality time. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. Yeah, thanks, everybody. I'm sure I'll be in good shape as we go here. Speaking of which, let's get started, shall we? Okay, we've done a good chunk of side quests, we've gotten a good arsenal of weapons, and frankly, with this fancy new armor that we got, Ratchet's got just the proper amount of PPE to be handling a tool of this sort of caliber. I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen what happens to a circular saw if it breaks a chunk off of it, but you don't want your eyes, or your head, or your nose, or your mouth, or any part of your body to be bare when that happens, because you might lose it if that's the case. Now, this is made out of energy, so it's probably not going to break off, but you get what I mean. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Ratchet & Clank Future, A Crack in Time, the stream edition. Last time, we spent a good chunk of time doing a bunch of side quests, mostly in the Agorian Battleplex, to get a whole bunch of cool and interesting weapons, including the Negotiator, the Spiral of Death, and the Constructo Shotgun, and I just realized that I need to fix my quick select a little bit because I actually thought about how I was going to have my quick select. I'm going to make it a little bit similar to how it was in Tools of Destruction. I also said, well, I may not actually end up using the Groovatron, but actually I am going to use the Groovatron in addition to the 8 weapons that we're going to stick on this quick select, because the Groovatron is an incredible combo with another support type weapon that we'll be getting a little later on in the game. So, the only unfortunate thing is that you don't get any equivalent to like the Alpha Cannon in this one. And I mean, the Alpha Cannon was OP as sin, so of course they're not going to give it to you, but I don't know. It just leaves something kind of missing, to be honest, in the pantheon of A Crack in Time's weapons. I mean, you replace a solid sniper rifle with you have 3 shotguns in this game. You have vanilla shotgun, rocket launcher shotgun, and circular saw shotgun. And I don't know, it just feels like you're overdoing it on the I mean, I know there's never enough shotguns, but can I get a little variety, please? I don't know, maybe that's just me. Anyway, there we go. We got it fixed quick select, and now we can finally head off to Krell Canyon so we can check and see if General Azimuth has made any headway on his lead. And we'll do the side content on these planets a little bit. Actually, I was thinking we were going to do it a little bit later. We should probably go do it before we go see him, because once we go to Krell Canyon, if I recall correctly, the story picks up quite a bit after that. So, yeah, we'll probably go do it before that. We need to find an Omni Gasket, and you may have noticed, but my mini-map is actually showing me where it is, so we'll go check that out. You see them on weekdays as long as your niece does well in school and your brother and his wife say it's okay to come over. Oh, okay, gotcha. That's cool. It seems like you guys have a good system then. I was wondering how it would feel when you hire a legendary mercenary to do your shit. Well, I mean, I guess we'll find out sort of in a way, because Ratchet he's not really a legendary mercenary, but he has a fair few tales to tell so far. So, throughout his time that he's spent in the cosmos here. Now, there is one planet that we're not going to be able to actually do the side content on around the Korthus sector right now because, well, we don't have the correct gadget for it, and we actually get the gadget in Krell Canyon, so we'll go see if we can find that in a little bit. But first, let's land on Korthus Beta and see what we can find. Apparently there's a Zoni here somewhere. Apparently the Havoc physics acted up on that one box. There we go. Okay. Sorry, battery bot. Oh, that reminds me. Do we have skins for Aphelion yet? I didn't really check the extras menu to see if this is a thing yet, but I think if you... Yeah, okay, here we go. Once you get a certain number of skill points, I think it's... I want to say 200, but I'm not 100% sure. You can actually change Aphelion's look to like a Hot Rod, a Racer, military. I think Hot Rod was the good one, if I remember right. Yeah, there you go. It's closer to what she resembled before, with a little bit more vibrant red, and then there's the Zoni sections on her. So I think I'll keep that. That seems like a pretty good one. Ratchet maybe not legendary, but Star Fox is, so the question still stands. I mean, that's true, yeah. So, alright, so we got a whole bunch of weapons at V1. Well, the Negotiator's V2. We got a bunch of weapons V1, and then we've got Tesla Spikes, which are at V4. I think I'll use these a little bit here, just until we get them up to V5. See if I can use them in conjunction, or just by themselves, fight these Agorians off. Seems like it took that other guy out pretty good. There we go. And thankfully here you'll actually get a decent chunk of experience when you're fighting around, so. There appear to be some electric fences here that we'll deal with. There we go. I've finally gotten used to using the R1 button in this game for my firing, by the way. It takes a little bit to get used to, especially for someone like me who's played all the old games where it was always circle. But you get used to it. Almost to V5. Should be a nice, easy process, to be honest. You give that back right now. I'm not gonna jump there, but okay. Nice jumping attack, bro. Grab a little bit of that, and yeah, we're pretty close now. I should probably use my other weapons, which are a little bit farther away, but it's okay. We'll figure it out. I forget if there's a gold bolt on this planet or not, but I guess we'll go look after I'm done. Oop, okay, that's not what I wanted to do. Did I lose too much momentum? Yes, I did. Okay, that's fine. Let's go have a look then, shall we? And I think, yeah, the jump is over here. Alright. Back up we go. There we go. Let's try this again, shall we? I was thinking there wasn't going to be a jump at the end of this one. Maybe I was thinking of something else. Come here, you. And there we go. Like I said last time, we're now well over halfway done with the zoning, so that's pretty good. So jump me back to my ship. But I think I'm going to take a look around the planet because I'm pretty sure there's a gold bolt here. I do want to take care of any gold bolts instead of just leaving them because, I don't know, for me, it's nice to have them. Oh yeah, we got to find the Omni Gasket, and it's actually over in that building. So we'll go find that too. But for me, it's nice to have all the planets grayed out on the world map. It just makes me feel a little bit better. I'm not going to be doing everything in the game, but it makes me feel a little better to have all that stuff kind of taken care of, you know. Oh good, we do have just enough damage to take them out in one hit if we get close enough. That's cool. You gonna come over here and say that to my face? There we go. More. I think I misspoke when it came to the effect of the galvanic upgrade for the Constructo shotgun last time as well. I think I said that it was kind of like a shock mod, but actually it's so much better than the shock mod. It doesn't affect the same types of enemies, but it is way better. It's probably one of the most busted upgrades in the entire series. What it actually does is, you may have seen that red haze of lightning around the enemies when I shot them there. That can temporarily stun the enemy. Now, it doesn't really proc all that often at V1, but it procs more often the higher level that you get of this weapon. And basically, that stun can prevent them from doing anything for a fairly significant amount of time if they're not a boss enemy. But even if they are a boss enemy, it can interrupt some of their attacks. So that's actually really, really useful. And it even works on, like, the final boss. So we'll probably use it for stuff like that throughout the game. Alright, now if I were a gold bolt, where would I be? That was the Zoni platform. Those are boxes. I don't see one. So maybe there isn't one. Those are boxes. That's a hill. Yeah, I don't see anything that vaguely resembles a gold bolt, so I think I'm going to go out into space, and then we'll see if it's still, the planet's still glowing, and if it is, then I guess we'll figure it out. But if not, then we're done here. Oh yeah, did I forget if I switched I think I switched the radio station off screen, but I switched over to Polaris Classical because we haven't listened to that one just yet, so yeah, if you hear anything that sounds a little more over-the-top space opera sounding, that's why. Okay. Yeah, get right in their face with this shotgun. Blast them. That's the way to go, so. I mean, it's a horrible way for them to go, but that's the way to go when using it, so, you know. Now, you said you'll stream Hollow Knight and Ori, but you can't wait so long, but suppose you can take that as a lesson in patience. Oh, unfortunately, there are so many games that I want to play. It's difficult to really focus on any one in particular, but we'll get to those, not to worry. Just might take a little bit, that's all. I think the one that we can't do right now is over there, behind the Battleplex. It's a lava planet, basically. Oh, no, it's over there. Okay, that's the one we can't do right there. It's, excuse me, well, like I said, we don't have the correct gadget for it, so I'll just do a little circle. I gotta go give the Omni Gasket to that dude at the depot as well, so we'll go do that in a minute. Wasn't that the name from a villain in Crash? I think that was close to his name, yeah. Cortex was the name of the scientist from Crash, but Korthos might be pretty similar to like another villain later on in the game. So I only ever really played the third one, so Can't really tell you one way or the other, but I'm sure it sounds like a Crash villain of some kind, so... Alright, let's see here. Let's use our Spiral of Death! Not quite powerful enough just yet to one-shot these enemies, but... could always just do it with the Constructo shotgun. That works too. Ow. Just stun them while we're at it. There we go. If I get him on the backswing, it seems like it... like, if I hit him on the front swing and the backswing, it seems like the Spiral does enough damage to kill him, but... well, I don't always hit them on the front swing at V1. It gets better at that the further along you go, though. It still gets to you quick enough for you to actually use it quite a bit, but it has better auto-aim on the way back so that it can come back and actually hit pretty well. Incidentally, once I get done getting whacked by this guy, it's leveled up to V2. Nice. It's a planet or a mini space station. I guess the game refers to it as a moon, but I mean, it might as well just be a mini... I call them challenge planets, personally, so take that for what you will. Okay, so y'all gonna have to come over here if you want some of this, and by that I mean some of the Tesla spikes. I guess some of the melee enemies are still left, so they can have some of it. While the rest of them do whatever the hell they're doing to each other. Alright, let's see here. Wow. We are just about V5 with that. I think I'll leave that for some smaller enemies, because that's mainly what it's going to be used for. It's in the same slot as the Shock Ravager back in Tools of Destruction, so it'll serve the same purpose. And there we go. Easy as that. And we got another Constructo mod. Which one is this one? Let's check it out. This is for the Constructo Bomb, and I think I know what it is. Yeah, Shockwave. This is the one that I really like here. I mean, Explosive is good, but this Pulse seems to work pretty well, especially later once you get access. There's a Barrage upgrade that effectively turns this thing into, like, the Bouncer, like a glove version of the Bouncer from the classic games. So it works better with the Barrage upgrade, and we'll get that later. So. From the looks of it, this planet is as much a planet as 50% of planets in Super Mario Galaxy. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of those, to be honest. A lot of the miniature planets in this game, the ones that I, like I said, refer to as challenge planets, kind of remind me of the one-star galaxies from Super Mario Galaxy 1, really. That's the vibe that I get out of them anyway. They don't really have a whole lot going on them. You pretty much just have to fight a couple of enemies and then you're done, so. But it's not bad. I like it. Let's see. So the depot's over there. That's an Agorian cruiser that I definitely don't want to mess with if I can afford not to. I think this ship needs to go to the depot, so let's go check. And if it does, then we'll take it to the depot.
I never thought I'd be so happy to see an outsider. Please, you must help. My ship's battery box went on strike.
Maybe you should have paid him more, bro.
I'll pay you in bolts.
Maybe you should have paid them what you're going to pay me to get you to the depot. Anyway, I'll take it.
Outsider, standing by for tether deployment.
You're welcome. Alright, so let's grab this guy and tow him over to the depot so I can give that guy his Omni gasket. And then I think there's one more mission over on Corthus Alpha. There's also a mission, not a mission, but a gold bolt over on, I think it's Vela Gamma, back in the Vela sector before this, but we'll wait to do that until we're done in this sector, I think. Because that's just a quick pit stop. It'll take nothing more than like a minute or two to grab it. So I just forgot to do it the last time I was here. Apparently this guy got pretty lucky, though. He doesn't really have to worry too much about anything trying to kill us on the way. You're welcome. Alright, let's roll back around, head inside the space station. The depot, that is. Now that he's transferred the bolts to my account. And then we will, oh, I'm already at max. Okay. We'll give him his gasket. There you go.
Hey, you found it. Thanks, outsider. Looks like you earned yourself a reward. Here you go.
Cool, thank you. I think this one also has another mission as well, in addition to the one that we just did. But we'll come back to it after we take care of the second mission on Vela Alpha. So. Funny how the Starfighter can pull anything in space due to the lack of gravity. Yeah, it's pretty great. Very convenient, especially for missions of these calibers where we have to tow people. So. I heard you have more work for me, sir. What you got? Or did I not do his work yet? What was his work again? Maybe I didn't do his work yet. Or maybe I didn't get a gold bolt here. I forget. But it says this planet has something to do on it. Maybe it'll gray out once I leave. Sometimes they do that. It looks like there's something to do, and then you go there and you get out, and then it just grays out. So. Or maybe I have to do something somewhere else in order to get that to happen. I don't know. Well, let's go back to the depot, since this guy doesn't want to give me any work right now. So. And then we'll go check out some of the other planets. Again, the only one we won't be able to do is Corthus. I think it's Gamma. Or Beta. One or the other.
No good moon destroyed my signs. I have the right to make a living like everyone else.
Well, you do. Maybe I shouldn't tell him who actually destroyed the signs, huh? Let's just pit them against each other because it gets me more money. How about that?
I have 2 more hollow boards out there my competitor doesn't know about.
So that's what it is. You have to do this mission first, and then the other guy will... I think he'll give you the mission after you do this one. So... Anyway, we got to take the hollow boards somewhere else so we can hide them for him. Let's go do that. Apparently he's got a bunch of mines out here. Sorry, I'm going to have to get rid of those. Did we get any upgrades for Aphelion in terms of this stuff? No, we didn't get the good weapons just yet in terms of that. Although we do have access to a couple of different kinds of blasters and stuff. We've got kinetic demolishers and then... Impaler, or no, I think we had Impaler missiles, actually. This one is the new one that we got as well, and then I think this is, yeah. Okay, this is the new one, right here. There's a better one that we'll be getting not too long from now, and it'll be significantly more powerful than anything else that we have. Oh, you can't actually do like a twist. What's the actual word? You can't do like a U-turn in this thing. Or fire, for that matter. At enemies with the R1 button while you are tethering something. So I guess that's something of a weakness.
Well done, outsider. Score 1 for Free Enterprise.
Okay, so let's just get rid of that, and then we'll go get his other sign. This one, thankfully, doesn't seem to be directly in the flight path of an Agorian cruiser. So that'll help a little bit. Getting it back without having to get into a space fight. When you have a personality but the developers ignore it, sad Aphelion noise. Oh, I know. I wish they would stop ignoring Aphelion. Again, a talking ship is so fucking cool.
Tell you what, you ever need anything, my brother and I'll give you 50% off, and that's a guarantee.
Cool, thanks. I'll keep that in mind, although I don't think I ever will need anything from that depot specifically, but... Well, the thought is the part that counts, so... Alright, let's see if this guy will give me the mission now, because I think you had to do that part first. Or maybe it's this forward. I forget. Oh, I see some seekers. Seekerpedes, no, not seekerpedes. I don't even remember what these little crabs are called, to be honest. But... they can give me a little extra experience, so that's cool. Something else is dying to them by the looks of it. Am I topped off on nanotech? No. Okay. Also not topped off on ammo at the moment, but... okay, I don't feel like fighting all this crap here. I'm just gonna... just gonna go see if the Vullard needs any work, and then we'll go from there. Those flying guys, we don't really have a huge answer to them right now other than the negotiator. But we'll get a better answer to them a little later in the game. Unfortunately, it's one of the last weapons we get, but, you know. Yeah, here we go.
Business hasn't picked up the way I expected since our last encounter. I don't suppose you'd be willing to help a working fella to restore his livelihood.
Sure, I'll see what I can do. If anything, this area could use a little more competition.
Great. All I need you to do is hold these new hollow boards to a few strategic locations, and presto, business will boom again.
Okay, sounds like a pretty easy job. Let's see what I can do. I mean, 6,000 bolts ain't nothing to scoff at for that, you know. So, alright, so he's got a bunch of hollow boards. Same thing as usual, tether to him, and head for the spot that he wants you to take them to. In this case, he wants it over by the Agorian Battleplex, so let's go take it over there. And then once we're here, we'll go grab another one. But yeah, just drag it close to the dot, like right about here, and then you can drop it off.
Alright, now, come on back and pick up the next hollow board.
And then we'll go grab another sign. Where's this one going?
Goes near popular Fallen Moon. Coordinates should be on your radar.
I see them. I'm a little concerned about them because of the Agorian battlecruiser that's going to be staring directly at me when I go to drop it off, but, you know. Let's see if I can kind of meander around him. Like, maybe, hang on. Right on the dot there.
That's what I call premium placement. Come on back. The last hollow board awaits.
Okay, well, we got away with that one without a fight, so that's good.
This one goes right near planet Lumos. Sending coordinates now.
You just like to put all of these directly in the way of one of these cruisers, don't you? It's not that I don't want to fight the cruisers. I mean, I don't mind the space combat in this one. It's just that, well, I have a problem with fighting Agorians in general in this game because it kind of trips me up story-wise. And I think I'll explain a little more when we get to Krell Canyon because that's where the story, especially in particular with the Agorians, kind of goes off the rails for me personally, but we'll get there in a couple of minutes.
You did it. Score 1 for the little guy. Here you go, outsider.
Oh good, I'm the Samaritan now. Alright, so let's go check out this planet over here. We'll go back to the other one over there, and then like I said, we can't do the lava planet just yet, so then we'll go to Krell Canyon and we'll go from there. This is Korthus Omega. So this one just has another Constructo mod for us. Let's check it out. Funny how neither of them could sue you for betrayal since you're a mercenary and those being single-time jobs. Yes, exactly. We're working for them, but at the same time, we don't have any brand loyalty, you know? So, it's kind of good. I like it. I don't know how I didn't get hit just there. Nice! Got a little voltaic line going here, and also...
Congratulations! You've just upgraded to Storm Spikes.
Cool.
Each spike now contains an isokinetic refractor that leapfrogs electrical current from one enemy to another.
So effectively, the shock weapon has a shock mod on it now. So now, when the lightning bolt strikes an enemy, it will also... it'll basically shock enemies directly near that enemy that it just shocked. So that's why I like it for small enemies, because it effectively just shocks everything in the general area of the small enemies now, and that does a pretty good amount of work for us. So let's see what we can do with that. I guess for now we'll keep going with Le Constructo shotgun. Where the hell are you going? That guy was way... He ran way off target. Thanks for the assist there, bro. Appreciate it. I'll take the Constructo shells with me, thank you. I was going to say, how am I not getting hit here? Oop. Yeah, just kind of strafe a little sideways when you see them shooting at you. That usually works pretty well for me, so... And in a minute, this should be V2 as well. Probably before we finish out the this planet, this challenge. Yeah, he ran a little sideways of me. That's okay. Yeah, there we go, V2. Wait for it. I'm just gonna wait for the upgrade to go off. There you go. Sometimes it takes a little while for it to proc, but that's okay. Nothing better than friendly fire on the enemy side, absolutely. Hello, Carlos Bastidas. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Thanks for following, too. I appreciate that. We're just doing some challenge planets and some of the miniature planets around Krell Canyon right now. Taking care of business before we go there, because as I recall, the story kind of picks up a little bit after Krell Canyon, to where it's going to be a little more difficult for me to justify doing side quests after that. Now, I know when the world's in imminent peril, that's the best time to go do side quests, but still, the game gives us a little bit of urgency after that, so I decided, you know what, let's just take it up on its urgency offer. And we'll go from there. Gotta love that friendly fire. Can't tell if he's praying for his fallen comrade there or what. But... And there we go. Another Constructo mod. Wonder what this one is. Let's check it out. We got another thing for the barrel of the shotgun. It's actually pretty good, too. The choke, it increases your range a little bit. It says it increases power. I'm not 100% sure about that one, but I like double a little bit better because it spreads the bullets out a little bit, which actually lets you clip small targets a little bit better. And yeah, I don't know. I like it better than choke in most cases because the spread sometimes is enough to get it to catch enemies that you otherwise wouldn't. So I'm going to use that one instead of the other one. So all right. So now, our weapons right now, we got a V2 Constructo Shotgun, V2 Negotiator, V2 Spiral of Death. Groovatron's still a V1, right? Yeah, but it's pretty close to V2, so... We will keep that in mind, because I'm actually going to use the Groovatron on the next planet that we go to, I think, so... Oh, okay, looks like the... looks like Korthus Alpha there actually grayed out. Because we're done with missions everywhere except for this lava planet over here. I'll actually go over there and I'll show you why we can't actually do anything on it for right now before we go to Krell Canyon. And we keep going with the story. So, it's a lava planet. It is Korthus Gamma. Okay, there we go. And we can land on here so we can kind of check around here and take a look around while we're here. We'll go over here. I might even knock out the Sigorian, although it's a little more than knocking him out. In this case, it's sending him to the afterlife. There you go. Here's another one of these funky stones, although this one looks a little bit different than the other ones. Still don't know what those are used for just yet, but pretty soon we'll have a reason to be using them, so... Alright, let's check this side, and if you take a look over here, well, we got a building over there that I might be able to get to if I hover boot over to it, but there's also these platforms here, and I don't know if you can tell from looking at them, but they are searing hot. There's no way we can step on that even with an Enviro suit like this. We can withstand the temperatures of the planet, but standing directly on those things is tantamount to suicide, so we're not going to do that. Instead, we'll go to Krell Canyon first, and hopefully we'll find something over there that'll allow us to actually stand on those without dying. So maybe we'll find it among the space junk that's near the Obsidian Eye. I don't know. Anyway, we gotta go to Planet Lumos. That's where Krell Canyon is. So let's go. Continue with the story a little bit. And then once we're done here, we'll take care of Korthus Gamma there. Excuse me, before we move along. Don't know exactly how far we'll be getting today, but we should get a decent chunk of progress done today. In terms of the story. Looks like the general's already here.
Perfect timing. I've triangulated the Obsidian Eye's location.
Oh, good.
In these caves. Follow me. Stay close.
Alright, give me a minute there, General. I gotta test out my new box breaker. There we go. Works like a charm. I think we also got the armor magnetizer last time, if I remember right, so the combination of the two will make collecting up bolts from stray boxes very easy from now on. We just do that when we're in the general vicinity, and there you go. Okay, so we've got a new weapon available, the Plasma Striker. Let's check it out.
RoboNet's new Plasma Striker is the next evolution in long-range assassination. The Plasma Striker's strength comes from our patented Bioscope. The scope pinpoints vulnerable spots on any enemy, making for a more efficient kill. Just lay
Ow.
your crosshairs on the red indicator and bam! If it don't kill him, it'll sure give him a reason to retreat. The Plasma Striker, available only in GrubbleNet.
Uh-huh. Rare species, I would say, would be closer. Him and General Azimuth are, according to the future series, the last of their kind in the galaxy. That's not technically true because there's a Lombax in a different... Well, they're technically the last of their kind in the Polaris galaxy. There's another Lombax in the Bogon galaxy that the series can't decide whether or not she is or isn't a Lombax, but that's tetchy lore-based stuff. So, yeah, he's a rare species, I would say. The first game, Tools of Destruction, kind of made it seem like he was the last of his kind, but that was because Tachyon didn't know how to do his homework, so, yeah. Anyway, the new weapon is the Plasma Striker. It's a sniper crossbow, and like they said, it has a bioscope on it, so if you're far away from an enemy, far enough that they won't directly engage you, you can use the bioscope to target weak points on their body and blast them for damage. Increased damage. And it actually does a pretty solid amount of damage if you can consistently hit the bioscope areas. But, well, we need something else, namely this thing, this useless piece of garbage, in order to make it so that you can consistently hit those bioscope bioscope areas. And I'll be honest with you, there aren't enough situations where an enemy is not aggroed to me where I could actually make good use of the Plasma Striker in this game, and if you don't use it with the scope, it's less powerful than like the Flux or Splitter rifles from up your arsenal when you use them unscoped. Like at least when you use the Flux and Splitter rifle, you didn't have to aim at anything in particular to get the increased damage. As long as you were scoped up, it got increased damage. In this one, it just feels like there's too many steps for you to get the maximum damage out of it, and it just doesn't follow up on the Alpha Cannon for me. So, I'm not going to use it. Yeah, he would probably be considered an endangered species if he was on, like, that sort of a biology list. But, yeah. That looks interesting. Wonder what that's all about.
We have to find a way to raise that mining platform.
It's
Luckily,
down
I
there.
come prepared. There. Head to the bottom. See if you can raise the platform.
What'd you think? I wasn't going to be able to see down there? Well, anyway. It did give me a platform that I can go to
Come here all the time when we were
slam
killing
down here.
back when this was a raritanium mine. Looks all dried up now, but believe me, this whole place used to shimmer. We'd sneak in after the Vullards left and just huff a boot through the darkness. Caden almost broke his arm right over there. We had some good times out here.
Sounds like it. I like this planet in particular for this part of the story because this is kind of where the General and Ratchet sort of start to bond because of their shared connection with his father. Ratchet, of course, didn't know his father at all, but the General did, and he can share a whole bunch of their crazy shenanigans adventure stories with him. So, it provides Ratchet with something that he never had before, which was interesting stories about his father.
Nice job, Ratchet. I knew you could do it. Come on, get back up here and let's find that eye.
Sounds good. Hey, Marie, how's it going? Good afternoon. Finally gotten to sit down for real after cooking or baking for the last 3 hours or so. Your feet hurt. I mean, I would imagine from standing up and cooking and running around that whole time. Yeah.
Looks ripe enough to spring you back to the surface. Try jumping on it.
Yeah, these hydro plants can be used as platforms, essentially. If they're ripe enough, of course. We can't ripen them ourselves just yet, but maybe we'll figure out a way to do that in a little while. But yeah, you should take a good rest now, Marie, while you're while you got some time. So after doing all that cooking and stuff, yeah, definitely a good idea to rest your feet and rest your everything. Just a minute, General. I got something to grab. Or I could fall off. That works too. Let me try that one again. Hang on. Oops. Damn it, hover boots. Why would you do me dirty like that? Alright, let's try this again, shall we? Okay, grab the ledge. I guess I should do it over a platform, shouldn't I, to make it a little safer? Sorta, you have to set up for work now. The grind never ends. Ah, yeah. Well, I know how that goes. Well, good luck with that. Hopefully you don't gotta work too hard. But I already know the answer to that one, though. So, I know your stories from work previously. So, try this again. There we go. Just had to line up with the closer section of the platform, and then we were good. I'm glad that didn't send me careening off the ledge again. That wouldn't have been good. Whoops, that did, though. It's alright, I'll just go down here again. And turn those off before I try to do this again. There we go. I don't know. I'll take that gold bolt just because it's really easy to find. I'm not going to go looking for any large amount of them, though, because, well, all they do is unlock skins. So, not real interested. This isn't in a 100% playthrough. It's closer to like a 98% playthrough. I'll be getting all the Constructo mods and all the Zoni. Doing most of the story and everything else, but, you know.
See that nest over there? Tetramites.
Uh-oh.
Stay close, and whatever happens, do not let them touch you.
Yeah,
If they do, let's just say that you digest anything.
they look a little hungry.
Tetramites hate water. If we can get to the other side of that creek, we'll be fine. Let's move.
Okay, I'll see what I can do, but... Yeah, so this introduces a new mechanic, the Tetramites. And they are... angry, is the best word. Don't let them touch you. If you let them touch you, you probably won't have a good time.
Almost through.
Just saying. Alright, so we're going to slide over here because the Tetramites can't get me from here. Camera, I need you to work with me.
Straight into nothingness. I was scared the first time. Your father, he didn't blink. Feels like yesterday.
General, can we talk about what happened? With my father, the Lombaxes.
Now is not the time for distractions. Not when we're this close.
I don't know, man. It seems like you're getting pretty distracted reminiscing about my father, so, I mean, if I could ask a small question, that would be nice. Oh, they really want my bacon, don't they? Let me get the hell out of here. Run, Ratchet, run! There we go. Oh god, even more of them. Well, this is a fine kettle of fish now, isn't it? Let's see here. It's Monday. I hope you know the answer. Yeah, for sure. Speaking of grind, you've been grinding to unlock a character since Friday in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Oh, okay. No, the hover boots had to do that to you at least once this playthrough. Oh, and they'll do even more than that later, believe me. There's this little... I don't think it's a glitch, but there's this little kind of bad mechanical thing with the hover boots where if you try to change direction right as you're starting the boost, Ratchet will turn 90 degrees and then start moving rather than moving slightly to the left or right, which is probably what you wanted to do. That'll probably happen a couple of times later on, and it's no fun. You tried that a couple of years ago, got Slifer less than 30 minutes into making a file. Turns out making a deck that summons rituals as fast as possible keeps strings from ever summoning enough tributes. Yeah, unlocking it is easy. That's true, at least they don't like water, so that helps a little bit. I don't know why they want my bacon. I'm like 70% water, but whatever. I don't know if Lombax biology is similar, though, so... Alright, let's drop off. Oof, that was a little close. They're trying to bite my ankles, General!
Easy, Ratchet. Easy. You're almost there.
I'm a-coming. Hold on. I'll go back to your nest, Tetramites. There we go. Whew!
What did I tell you? A leap of faith.
Oh. You actually went off of this thing? Okay. He seems really resistant to talk about what happened with the Lombaxes. I wonder why. Maybe we'll find out soon enough. But first, leap of faith! There's no floor here, so you just have to keep floating into the darkness. Basically.
General, will you just stop for a second? I want to know what happened.
Questions. You ask all these questions. Ask yourself this. How relevant is the past when it can be changed?
I'd like to know why we want to change it before we do it.
Still haven't given me a straight answer. Now, why aren't you with the Lombaxes?
Because I failed them. I failed them. I made a mistake. After the Great War, Polaris was a dangerous place. Even with the Kragmites gone, I knew steps needed to be taken to protect the galaxy.
Okay, fair enough.
We were approached by an inventor with incredible ideas.
You didn't, General. Please don't tell me.
The inventor
Yeah, it might have had something to do with the fact that he was also a Cragmite.
Convinced this was the right thing to do. For the galaxy, I granted him full access to our technology, all of our secrets. Only when he was
Oh
finished,
god, General Azimuth, you fucking idiot.
but your father refused. He would never have left your mother. But when he made it back, she was already gone. I don't know how long he survived before Tachyon caught up with him. But I know I was responsible for his death.
Well, you were probably responsible for the entire Exodus because you trusted a Cragmite. Why the fuck would you do that?
So, I live in exile. I can make it right, Ratchet.
Like, how far down the descendant line were you where you didn't remember that the Cragmites were the reason why you had to send them to another dimension to begin with?
Stay with me.
Anyway, I can see why he has a problem with how things went because he made the stupidest fucking mistake I've ever heard. So. Well, they gave me my pistol back, but I'm not going to use it. It's fine. We already got Storm Spike, so let's just Spiral of Death and Negotiator. Those should probably do pretty good for us, so. 2850 attack beat stick kind of trivializes the beginning of Duel Links. Not even 2500's enough. Sucks this game uses a box summon formula for opening packs, and you get only 3 cards per pack, and there's over 200 in a pack. Oh my god, instant turn off, yeah. You heard that facepalm? Good, because I've practiced. There's a way that you can do it where it sounds like you're hitting yourself in the head really hard, but you're not. You're just kind of lightly tapping yourself. It just is making like a drumming effect because of the skin on your palm. So it's kind of, hang on, like I can do it again. See? Like, it's a light tap, but you're just like, you're hitting it and then immediately removing your hand so that it echoes off of it, you know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to explain when I don't have a camera directly in front of me, but basically you push your palm forward just a little bit and then just like remove it immediately so that it makes it sound like that. So you get so many gems at the start that you can get a full archetype guaranteed. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, box summoning and gacha I've never been a big fan of either, so I can kind of agree with that. But if it doesn't bug you, that, you know, more power to you. But I've never personally been a fan of it. So should have just done a real facepalm, but those might hurt. Why did he trust a Cragmite? General Azimuth makes some questionable decisions throughout his lifetime. Will make, you know what I mean.
We have no time for petty squabbles. Ratchet, remember the mission. The Obsidian Eye is all that matters.
Yeah, we do kind of have to find that, don't we?
It's in a temple. I can take you there. Please, we are not an aggressive race. Help us defeat the Agorians, and I'll show you where it is.
Okay, so here's where it goes a little off the rails for me, right? Because when we were first introduced to the Agorians, the main factor of what we said, and I mean, Quark was telling us, but at this point I'd say Quark is somewhat trustworthy. But Quark tells us, yeah, they hate Dr. Nefarious. But now we're going to go fight them because some Vullard needs a favor and he won't do it until we stop them from destroying their colony. And they're going to hate us forever for the rest of the game, and they will continue to fight us for the rest of the game, even though we have a mutual enemy. I don't know, to me that just seems like a really weak reason to have the Agorians hate you. Like, make them cut a deal with Nefarious or do something other than, oh, they're just kind of angry at you forever now. Like, it just seems so weak, I guess. Anyway, what's not weak is the Groovatron, especially on these larger enemies like this. And we'll just stand here while it's doing that and blast them with the Spiral of Death until they explode. And there you go. Also, the Groovatron's V2 now, so that's good. I was going to say, is it going to proc the little upgrade thing? Yes, it is now. Good. Alright. So, I don't know how often I'll actually use the Groovatron this particular section, but I guess since there's a whole bunch of Agorian riders, I can try using it on these guys here, and then I can continue using the Spiral. It's got good detection range, so that should help out a little bit with using it. But yeah, see what I mean about how they have multiple shotguns in this one as opposed to like other weapon variety, because you use them the same as a shotgun. You run right up in the enemy's face and you blast them with it, and that's how it does the most damage, so. Damn.
Realize that every time you wish death upon us, it is because you care.
Yeah, okay. Sure. But yeah, I mean, it's a race that's completely defined by its conquest, right? Like, they're a warring race. That's what they do best. But it still feels like a weak reason for them to hate us, just because we stopped them from doing some sort of invasion that they were doing. Like, I don't know, it seems weak. I feel like it should have been something else, something with more substance than just this. But, I don't know. Get a little long-range action out of my Negotiator. That's medium range, but we'll use the Spiral on the big guys along with the Groovatron. Avoid breaking mist tanks. Red mist makes the Agorians go berserk. Okay, good to know. They've got the Blood Rage! Let's see. I guess we'll construct those shotguns since I think he just broke a mist tank, so that's fine. There was the Galvanic proc, by the way. That was the stun that can happen. That was why he was looking like he was zapping himself the whole time. So, it's pretty good. If you don't kill them outright, it keeps them held in place, so you can basically just blast them again. It's great. So, not that we really need to worry about that right now. That guy back there is also Galvanic, so that's fun. See, there's the Galvanic proc right there. So, pretty good. Okay, here comes the big guy. Groovatron! And as you've seen, the Groovatron does, in fact, gain experience, even if it's not out, so that helps quite a bit. It's probably V3 by now. Yeah, not quite, but it's close. It's a very solid tool for taking care of the largest enemies around, so... And it will work really well in combination with something else later, so might as well use it. Why not? Let's get the Constructo Shotgun out. I'm probably going to go back to the vendor after this so that I can buy some more stuff. Some more ammo, because we're going to need it. Yeah, the Agorians give pretty solid experience as well, so like our weapons will probably be mostly V3 by the time we're done here. So it's kind of a trend with them. They give lots of experience over the course of the game, even though they don't necessarily always have a good reason for fighting you. So. Oh, you'll notice something else, by the way. I forgot to mention it before this. The Groovatron Glove is one of the few weapons in this game that doesn't actually gain ammo from ammo boxes. If you want ammo for it, you're going to need to go back to a vendor to find it. So, just keep that in mind for your own sake later on. Let's see. Let me check my chat here. Why not? Oh, it only does the upgrade thing after the gun is done firing. Makes sense from a coding standpoint. Yeah, it tries to make sure that you're not like in the middle of shooting something before it upgrades you, so it doesn't feel as jarring to interrupt you, and it doesn't change the effect of the weapon until then. So, at least as far as I know, I don't think it changes the effect of the weapon until then. Enemies have amazing moves. Everyone will feel inadequate. Depends on how much money they could have won or lost because you're stopping them. I mean, this is, I guess, an outpost. It used to be a big Raritanium mine, but there's, like, no Raritanium left. So why are they... I mean, General Azimuth just said, yeah, this place is empty now. So why are they taking it over? Just because they feel like it? I don't... With the Agorians, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the reason. If they felt like it, that's that's why they're taking it over. But... it just feels like too weak of a reason for me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy. It just feels like too weak of a reason for them to be the bad, like the secondary antagonist for basically the rest of the game. Now, I mean, there's Lord Vorsalon. He's still around. He just doesn't play as key of a role now because the Agorians are here. We also have the level 3 Constructo Shotgun now, so that's here. That's pretty nice. Take the little extra nanotech as well. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, where's the rider? But well, we need to take care of the reinforcements first before the rider shows up. You can blow up their little dropship there too, but well, the dropship is dropping experience on my head. Why would I want to blow it up? Let's get this thing going too, so we can get some more experience. Get that out. Dance for me, bro! The Agorians do have some pretty good dance moves, though. I like them. Oops, I was getting hit by something. What am I getting hit by? Somebody's shooting at me. I don't know. Oh well. This is just about V3. I see the Zoni, but we'll come back for it in a little bit once we defeat the Riders and stuff. Is there no Raritanium left, or are they hiding it? That's a good point, actually. The Vollards could be hiding the Raritanium, but... Well, if they are, I don't know how General Azimuth... Why General Azimuth would keep their secret for them. Maybe he has some sort of deal with the Vollards? I don't know. There's just too many unclear variables for me to buy it, you know what I mean? As we have them here because they are big, strong enemies that look like Krogan and basically do what Krogan do. Or their impression of Krogan is, anyway. Okay, there goes the Riders. We have a V3 Groovatron glove. Very good. I don't know, I feel like what could have happened, basically, is that because we share a mutual enemy in Dr. Nefarious, they would have had a good reason to say, hey, you're pretty strong, we both hate Nefarious, you want to work together? And then they could have become allies for the rest of the game, but I don't know. Maybe I'm asking for too much. Anyway, we got Hydra tanks to deal with now, so we should probably go figure that whole mess out. Oh, I'm right back at the vendor. Okay, cool. Let's see here. Yeah, done affecting enemies. That's when it upgrades. Yes, that's what it is. Used anything. You think you had Yumi beat down with a few rituals in it. Didn't make it very far, but almost got to the GX content because you retired the box summon on packs. Made you feel like you were opening packs in real life. Too real and bad nostalgia. Like you had a ton of water monsters and you got one copy of Legendary Ocean. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I remember Legendary Ocean. It's pretty useful, so not only having one copy kind of sucks. My first deck, nice. I think Gishki was called. Yeah, I think that if we were able to align ourselves with the Agorians, we'd be able to deal with Dr. Nefarious a little bit better. But I don't know, their squabbles with you for the rest of the game just don't feel justified in the grand scheme of things when we both are Dr. Nefarious' enemies. Like, why are you fighting me in the same system where Dr. Nefarious is saying wanted Lombax, wanted Agorians? Maybe I'm asking for too much, but sometimes the Future Series does this where it doesn't, like, adequately think out some of its stuff that it does for the story, you know? So, anyway, we gotta fight another Hydra tank. These ones are a little easier than the ones in the arena, if I recall correctly. Okay. Blast them, General. Nice. And the reason why they're easier is because they don't actually send out a shockwave when they put their batteries out, so that helps a little bit. And also the General's helping you from the sky, so I mean, that helps too. So, sounds like we need a spiral here. Wow, wow. That was the most strategic thing that these things have ever done for me. Or to me. I do like the sound effect on the Spiral of Death, though. That as it comes back is just, I don't know, it's pretty satisfying to me. If we stand right on top of it, we should be able to... Oh, he's moving in. Let's go find some cover from him. You missed, General. Fine, I'll do it myself. I'm getting lit up here. Hold on. Constructo Shotgun? No, go into shield phase instead of blasting at me. There you go. Thank you. And goodbye.
Looks like we've got one more Hydra tank. Check your nav unit.
Okay. Yeah, there's one over there that we can go grab now, so we're gonna go see what we can do. And ideally not get shot by that guy. I think I'm gonna go get this Zoni right now, if I can. Just because he gives you some extra nanotech once you catch him, so... I think I was supposed to go on that grind rail. Hold on. Yeah, I was. This might actually get us a little closer to the Hydra tank. Yeah, it's right down there, so... I'll be back for you in a minute. this is Zoni. Oh, there you are. Hey, Freaky Slime Dude, how you doing? Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, that's why I wanted the Zonies, because it'll actually fill me up completely on nanotech. It'll also take me up here to this battery bot where I can go inside and grab another Rhino Hollow Plant. Nice. Sitting down being in the kitchen for 3 hours. What were you making? Red velvet cake, turkey burgers, mac and cheese, and french fries. That sounds like a hella recipe right there. I'd be at your house in a minute, I'll tell you what. Think you can treat it like this outpost hides the raritanium and they're supposed to bring out because of a deal with Dr. Nefarious, and whatever current enemy hears of it and wants to fight it, but just show up and think they work for the Doctor, and every future negotiation stopped immediately. See, and I would buy that, Lifeblood, if that wasn't a lot of headcanoning. The problem that I have is that Insomniac never tells you any of this, right? And when they're not giving you an indication of why enemies are doing what they're doing, that's where I sort of say, I don't know about the storytelling here. You can headcanon it as much as you want, and eventually you'll come up with the correct solution, but the more you have to headcanon to come up with an ideal solution, the less good of storytelling it feels like to me, because I have to explain it away myself, you know what I mean? It's not that I can't explain it away myself, it's that I don't want to. Because I feel like that's their job, not mine. So, you're making a good point. I'm not saying it's a bad point, I'm just saying it's a lot of explanation that Insomniac should have been doing themselves, so. Did this thing use this formation back in the arena? I don't know. I guess it's not too hard to deal with, but... Oh yeah, the higher level that the Spyro gets, by the way, the more likely it is that it'll be able to stun enemies. Like, not stun in the same way as the Galvanic upgrade, but it will stun enemies by actually making them stagger, essentially. So I guess it's not the same as stunning them. It staggers them, so that helps a little bit. Okay, let me get the hell away from this thing so you can shoot at it. General, are you sure you're aiming properly? Because you keep missing. Alright, let's grab this one, and then we got one left. I guess we're going with Constructo Shotgun, since everything else is out of ammo. Actually, here would be a good time to use the that other barrel, the choke barrel, because it has a little extra range. So, and you can freely maneuver those upgrades as you go through the game if you need to change to something else. So. There we go. Give a little extra damage this way. But yeah, see, that's the reason why I usually don't use this barrel, because even though it says it has higher power, usually it results in me not one-shotting them the way that I could have. Well, I know the General hit something that time, but he hit me. Oh boy. Anyway. I got it, it's fine. Everyone keeps saying that. My food is mediocre. No, don't worry about that part. It's just the spread. I'll be honest, my food's pretty mediocre anyway. It doesn't stop the spread from being tantalizing, you know. So, I haven't had Red Velvet in a while. And another one. Ratchet & Clank known for like a deep story. The only one you're sort of familiar with is the one pirate one. It doesn't really have to be known for a deep story, no. A lot of the time, they went for a deeper story, quote-unquote deeper story in the future series, I think. But the old games didn't really have these deep, interesting stories. The thing that kept them deep, I guess, or deeper, was the fact that they kind of had something that you could come back to as an adult, and you appreciated that you didn't necessarily see as a kid. So, like, you can play the classic trilogy and say, oh, well, you know, it's this cool Lombax and he's running around all these galaxies, you know, defeating these evil guys, but you don't necessarily know why they're evil when you're a kid. But then you get to be an adult and you're like, okay, so this man is the result of unchecked capitalism and pollution. This man is the result of a natural monopoly. This man is the result of blatant racism on the part of everyone in this galaxy. That's why they do the things that they do, and the problems that they represent last long after they are defeated as villains, because even after they're defeated as villains, the threat of the things that they represented are still present in the galaxy. So it had depth not because the story was like super well thought out, but because there was something to appreciate no matter what age you were. So in the future series, they play it a little more straight, and as a result of that, it feels like in some cases the story narrows a little bit. Again, that's just my opinion, but well, if you need to know a reason why I'll be rating most of these games lower than the classic trilogy, that's why. So anyway, we got to destroy a whole bunch of Agorian battleships now. So just take pot shots at the ones that you can see, if you can get them. It'll be good. If you can't, don't worry about it too much. Get as many of them as you can with the missiles, because you got a whole 16 salvos of them. So that's the general. I don't want to shoot him. Let's get this guy since I've got the other ones. Yeah, there we go. We're getting there. Eventually. Oh, they're shooting mines at me. Great. Well, I mean, we are pretty good shots, so it's kind of our thing. Two, he says, and the commander is incredulous at the fact that their entire Agorian fleet is losing to two, count them, two Lombaxes. I see him. You can get killed here if the Agorians get too many pot shots off on you, but usually that doesn't become a problem because usually you can take out the entire fleet before it's a problem. So.
Good work, Ratchet. We did it. I'm setting it down.
Well, anyway, the Vollards seem happy that they can do whatever they were doing here now. So hopefully they'll agree with their end of the bargain.
Outsiders, you'll stop the invasion. It's time for me to live up to my side of the bargain. Come on back and I'll show you where the temple is.
Cool. But before we go to the temple, we should probably go check out the battlefield to see if there's any more Zoni around or anything like that. I think there's at least a couple of Zoni and then a Constructo mod. So, also the cave has opened up over here from the, I don't know, probably from the Agorians firing at you. So now you can go back to your ship if you need to, and you can go back to the vendor over here if you need to. I don't know why I'm going here because I'm going to be going straight down to the battlefield to get the, and there's a vendor right there, but whatever.
Welcome to the Chrome Weapons Shop.
Excuse me. These symbols, if not, you're confused by what you mean. Yeah, those, as in quotation marks. Yeah, that's what I meant when I said, quote, deeper story.
Come as quick as you can.
Yeah, that's what I meant by those symbols. So it was more subtle instead of being more Pixar-like. You've heard the games described as. Yeah, the newer games, they are more Pixar-like. They went for that sort of look and feel to them, I guess. In my opinion, again, I think it narrows the story a little bit in some cases, whereas the subtle writing that they did in the originals, it just felt more, I don't know, it felt more like something I could come back to and find something new in, which I always appreciate in a game, you know. This one, it plays pretty much the same every time you play it. That's not a bad thing with A Crack in Time. I think A Crack in Time out of all the future games is the best one, but it's, it just, I don't know, it just doesn't hit the same way as the older games do for me, so. Hello there. I remembered this guy. I was like, oh no, wait, I remember where this one is, but I think there's at least one more in this area that we have to go look for. I don't remember where he is, though. But he's here somewhere. Oh no, I think I remember where he is, actually. I gotta go here. And then if I go off of this thing, like, you gotta line up with this axe and you can kind of jump to it from here. Just slide up here. I think he's up here, if I remember correctly. Yeah, there he is. Whoops. Little guy, you're coming with me after you go for a little ride. Okay. And just like that, we're up to 25 Zoni. Very nice. Should have about 26 by the time we're done, and then I think there's one on Vela Gamma, so we should have like 27. There's a couple on the next planet we'll be going to, so we had almost 30 by the time we're done here, so that's pretty good. The last thing that I want to get around here, I think, is over by that weapon vendor over there, so I guess we'll just go see if we can get to it from here. I'm going to see if I can get up here from here. Yeah, I can. Got enough of a boost. to get there. I think I missed a gold bolt back down here that I could probably go grab, but it's fine. Not really enthused about the gold bolts. Doesn't particularly matter to me. Whoa. Thought that was going to blow up on me or something. It did not, thankfully. Oh, here's a gold bolt. Okay, I'll take that one. Thank you. I think I'm close to that weapon vendor anyway now, so... Yeah, it's right down there, so I'll go ahead in that direction. There's a battery bot down here, too, and as you can see, there's a little door over there. We want to toss this battery bot towards. Can I hit him from here? Yep. Good. Because trying to do it while hover booting over there was probably just going to end in disaster, if I'm being honest. So. Alright, and off we go. And in here is another Constructo mod. Very nice. I think this one's for the pistol, if I remember right. So, not particularly useful to me. Yeah, it is. It's, well, it's rapid fire. That's not too bad, I guess. I think the best combination, if I remember right, was having charge, and then I think blast is fine. But yeah, I think this is one of the best combinations. If you're going to use the pistol in the late game, I think this is one of the best combinations here, because the other upgrades don't really do the pistol too much justice. If it had a shock mod, it would still be useful, and I'd probably use it over the Tesla spikes in the end game, but it doesn't have a shock mod, so it just isn't quite as good as it could be, I think. At least it has a little more ammo this way, but, I don't know. Let's see. Okay, that's almost V3, so I should probably focus on that for now and then work on the spiral after that. So, let's head over here. Any Constructo pistol stuff here? Nope. Okay, I guess I'll just grab some.
Alright, Chief.
Thank you. Lots and lots of money you get in this game, that's for sure. We won't need money for, I think, quite a long time in this one. Matter of fact, I don't think we'll ever need money because we'll have so much of it that it won't really matter. Alright, here's the gold bolt I was talking about because you can just slide right over here and grab it. So I'll grab it since I know where it is. Alright, now we just got to get back up to the top there so we can go fulfill that guy's end of the bargain. So up we go. But yeah, see, there's at least no Raritanium that we could see on the surface of that truck that we just passed there. I suppose they could have hidden it underneath the rest of the junk, but... Well, the Vollard, unfortunately, aren't really known for being Raritanium miners in this galaxy. At least there's no indication that they are. I think they want to be, but most of what they trade is junk, so...
Happy to be of service. However, there is the matter of guiding us to the Obsidian Eye.
Yeah, we should probably start that up. Of course. And here we'll get a new gadget, which is actually the one that we need in Vela Gamma anyway, or not Vela Gamma, but Porthos Gamma. How do you figure? Oh.
You two all right in there? Looks like the door rusted right off its track.
Sure it did.
It might be a while. Try breathing real shallow-like.
Well, looks like the only way out is in. What do you think?
Fair enough. Let's try out our new Omni Soaker and see what we can do.
Now, see if you can use it to fatten up that hydro plant.
So yes, now we can actually ripen hydro plants by watering them, essentially. And that'll turn them into platforms for us that we can bounce off of.
That Omni Soaker can suck up almost anything. Water, nectar, even oil.
But yeah, the Omni Soaker isn't just the hydro displacer from previous games, it can also suck up other materials, including the nectar from this here plant.
The Tetramites can't stay away from. Try your Omni Soaker on it.
So if we send a little bit of this out,
What did I tell you?
we can actually walk around the Tetramites, because they will take care of the nectar instead of you. So... And for doing that, we get another Constructo mod over here. This one is also for the shotgun. Ooh, Slug, that's a good one. We definitely want that one. You send double and slug out, and it probably does the most damage that it could possibly do. I'll probably keep this combination for most of the game, to be honest, because it functions the best it could possibly do for what I normally use it for. Also, the Tetramites are about to murder me, so let me just... Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Where the hell is my Omni Soaker? There it is. Go get the nectar. Don't eat me. Oh, I kind of need to go grab the boxes. Well, we'll just give them another offering. Can I offer you a nectar egg in this trying time? Okay, well, we're going to need a little more water to get this hydro plant taken care of. But I like the multi-use that the Omni Soaker gets in this game, where it can kind of do a little bit of everything because of its ability to suck up a whole bunch of different things, so... Anyway, there's a whole bunch of Tetramites over there, and then we've got this weird-looking wall here, too, so... What you're supposed to do with the wall, they'll tell you how to do this a little later, but what you're supposed to do with the wall is if you fill up with nectar, it actually sends the marker directly at the wall if you walk close to it. So if you shoot nectar at this ivy wall, well, whatever's living in the ivy wall really doesn't like the Tetramites either, and it will open up, so that's cool. And here's another Zoni. Lombax looks like an owl. He's got that kind of shaped head, doesn't he? He looks like a horned owl, yeah, in a way. I can see the resemblance. What do you mean it'll be a while? Do you not have WD-40 lighting around? I don't know if Ratchet's that kind of mechanic. I don't know if he's that well prepared. Maybe. He seems well prepared in the weapons department, at the very least.
That's Vulcan Ivy, a living organism impervious to any munition in the known universe.
Oh, so that's why I couldn't get through with anything else. Okay, so in order to scare the Ivy into submission, same thing as I said before. Shoot the nectar at it, the Tetramites will run up to it. And the Ivy really doesn't like that, so...
Bravo, Ratchet, bravo! Go on ahead. I'll find another way around.
Alright, sounds good. We need a little nectar. Although, actually, I'm thinking about it now, Conquer, and actually the one who needed the WD-40 would probably be the Vullard that, you know, kind of didn't have it anywhere. Alright, let's let them hang out with that. And then if we shoot this, it will actually, they prioritize the nectar on the ivy wall over the nectar on the ground for some reason. So, probably a game mechanic thing, but that's okay. Let's see.
We have a problem.
General?
The winch crank for that mining platform is right next to a Tetramite nest.
We're too
Oh.
close to turn back now. Got any more of those flares?
Be careful down there.
I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. I already got nectar anyway. If you needed nectar down here, you could grab it from here, but... Okay, so there's another flare. I'm going to put out a little more nectar than just this little bit, though, because just that little bit probably won't be enough to keep me from getting blown up while I'm cranking this thing. So let's put a little more nectar out for them so they can have their fill, and I can get done with this before they eat me. Ratchet and Clank has said after the apocalypse where all the WD-40 was destroyed. Well, yeah, that I could see how that would be a bit of a problem.
Obsidian eyes right this way.
Okay. Anyway, we'll let them do their thing. There's a hydro plant right over here, though, that we can use for our benefit, so we're going to do that after we get a little water for it. Because I don't think there's anything else over there for us, so we'll just use this bouncy thing.
Realize that we are just hours away from reversing the greatest tragedy in the history of the universe. Your mother, your father, they'll both be right here, safe and sound.
You really think the clock can save them?
Of course. That's what it was built for. Come on.
How do you know so much about the clock, anyway? Did you visit it as a child or something? I get the feeling the General is kind of... like you can see, obviously, and this is a good sense of the character development in A Crack in Time. You can see that the General is deeply regretting the mistake that he made in trusting the Cragmites. Like, it seems excessively stupid of him to do that. And he realizes that it's excessively stupid. That's why he's like, I made a terrible mistake. This is awful. I never should have believed him. So his mistake, obviously, it haunts him. And in a way, it almost feels like he's kind of saying whatever we need to hear in order to go along with him about getting this obsidian eye and getting to the Great Clock, because I don't necessarily know that he knows what the Great Clock does, but, well, maybe he's right, maybe he's not. We'll find out soon when we can ask Clank, so. This one looks a little bit different from the old one.
We may not be able to get a signal.
Oh. Well, I guess we'll have to go ask the pirates for another one. Great. Oh, there we go.
Ratchet, how did you find me?
You kidding me? You think I'd leave my best pal out here alone?
Who is that behind you? Is that a Lombax?
Yeah, I found another one.
General Azimuth. He's been helping me look for you.
That's 3 now. Tachyon really needs to get a mark off on his homework.
Ratchet, I need your help. Orvis is in trouble. You must go to Xanathar and confront Dr. Nefarious.
Oh.
Dr. Nefarious hasn't set foot on that rock since his station was completed 2 years ago.
Then that is when you must confront him. Head
And how do I do that
and
exactly?
look for a time portal. Please save my father.
Father? Clank, what's going on?
Damn, we lost the signal. Sigmund, how long have you been standing there?
Forever, Sigmund. Orvis needs our help. Now, can you synthesize a time portal on Xanathar? I suppose I could use the oscilloscopic entanglement modulator to create a vacuum of negative energy, theoretically creating a traversable wormhole.
Then do that. Thank you.
Ta-da!
You're welcome. And I mean, they use it as a joke, right? But,
If my nav unit's correct, our ships are right on
Well-
the other side of this wall.
so the time portals that they use here are a double-edged sword. And I'll get into why they're a double-edged sword later. But it is a problem that consistently happens with time travel stories in video games where, first of all, you have to set the ground rules when you're having a time travel plot. And it feels like this game has some ground rules for its time travel, but we'll get to... Okay, I can't tell you anything without spoiling more of the story, so we'll get to why I'm not a big fan of... I think not a big fan of isn't the correct word. We'll get to why it's a double-edged sword in a little while. I think we got all the Zoni on this planet, so let's just get the heck out of here. I'll see what we've got when we go back to the world map, and we'll go from there. Yeah, words. Good job, Sigmund. Alright, we got an upgrade for Ophelia, and she got Polarity Plating, which gives her even more HP. I think she's maxed out now on HP, so that's pretty good. I think we got like 300 now, so that's not, not bad. Hang on, air caught in my throat again. There we go. And we got one more upgrade waiting for us in just a little bit once we get our next Zoni, so that's pretty good. Won't be too long, and Ophelia will be super upgraded. Like, we'll be getting quite a few good upgrades for her in the next few of them, because they're the last 3 upgrades available to her, so... Unfortunately, you don't get to see the skin that we have on her in any of these cutscenes, the Hot Rod skin, but... Oh, well.
If we succeed, if we turn back time and stop Tachyon, the present as you know it will no longer exist.
You mean I won't remember Clank?
I mean, you will never have met him in the first place.
Oh,
The clock
well...
may offer some kind of temporal immunity for those who use it, but there are no guarantees.
I could see that being a bit of a problem, yeah.
Family. I have to take it.
Good.
Are you sure Clank will be okay with that?
I just picked up Forcelon's signature not far from our location. I'll distract him while you head to the outpost. And remember, if Orvis is alive, it's imperative that you get the clock's location from him. Good luck.
You mean exactly what Nefarious is probably trying to do when he's trying to talk to Orvis. Anyway. Well, we'll figure out what we can do when we get there. For now, let's head back over here, because we now have an Omni Soaker, and that means we can use that fancy, weird rock we saw to actually find the Zoni here. Yeah, see, it won't actually show you where the Zoni is until you have the correct gadget for the planet, so... But now we do, because we can go back here and we can grab it. Oh, that Agorian respawned. Cool. Negotiator? Oh, good. It's already V3. Fantastic. Wait for it. There we go. Yeah, we'll upgrade these weapons pretty quickly overall. Most of the enemies around here give pretty good experience by this point, and I think the game kind of expects that you'd be using like a lot more different weapons than just like 8 or 9, which we're only going to be using like a total of 10 throughout the game, so... I think the game expects you to pretty much buy every weapon, and that's why everything gives so much experience. I'm not a big fan of buying every weapon, though. Not because we don't have the money. We will have the money, but... I don't know, I just don't like using weapons that I only plan on using for a small amount of time unless it's like something I get for free, you know? So, but anyway, now that we have the Omni Soaker and we can use that fancy stone to get some water, we can cool off these platforms. I think they stay cooled off for a while anyway. I've never seen them uncool off until you like, unless you respawn on a planet or something, so it's not bad. Oop, it's on the other side. Let's see what we got here. Gonna pull some platforms up for me. Oh, they do soak. The ones behind us are already back to being hot again. Alright, well, I didn't know that, but there you go. That delay is something fierce, very, yeah. It definitely takes a little bit, yeah. Didn't delay nearly this much in the classic games, but I think if I stand here and I keep saying, well, it didn't do this in the classic games, didn't do that, I'm just going to sound like an old man for the rest of the day, so I think I'll avoid that and just keep playing. We'll probably be better off. There we go. But yeah, just stand close to the guy to get the spiral to work on him a little better. Again, it's our third shotgun, basically. And the reason why it's our third shotgun is because, well, if you look at the Negotiator, when it upgrades all the way to the Judicator, it will fire 3 missiles, and the most damage that you'll get out of it is if you fire it point blank, where it can actually hit them with all of the missiles. So, 3 shotguns, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody else, those of non-specified genders. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen is just so deeply ingrained in my brain that I just say it without thinking about the lack of inclusivity that it has associated with it. I'll get better about it, it just might take a little while. In the meantime, I apologize. Yeah, it looks like Mario Galaxy now. Yeah, that's the impression that I get a lot from the mini planets in this game. They all have these little challenges, these little platforming things going on with them. Usually there's like some enemies to fight or something like that. But yeah, very Mario Galaxy-esque. Although if you want to be real technical, Going Commando technically did the circular planets first. But I think that's kind of splitting hairs, because that game is a little bit older than Mario Galaxy, but oh well. A little surprising the platforms didn't crack after being cooled so quickly. Yeah, that would be an interesting little detail, like make them break or something behind you, so you can't go back as easily. It would make the teleporter / jumper that we're going to get at the end of all of this make a little more sense, I guess, if that actually did happen, so... But yeah, you want to run right up on the guy after he falls over so the spiral hits him twice. So. Surprising he's managing to stand on a lava planet. Like your ultimate fire and ice ability in your designs of fire and ice vortex, it quickly shifts between the two, raising and dropping temperatures at such a rate that it destroys anything inside it. Yeah, our Enviro suit is pretty good at handling the heat, apparently, but, I mean, standing on those platforms, it doesn't really work all that well. So... Maybe the platforms that he can stand on, that Ratchet can stand on, are cooled in some way? I don't know. Anyway, we got another upgrade for Aphelion. What did we get this time? Proton Cutters. These are actually really good. This is the best blaster in the game. It has a little bit of an annoying sound effect to it, but it's no more annoying than any of the morph guns throughout the series, so... we'll take a look at it in just a second. Let me just get to my weapons after I get out of airspace here. Looks like we're done with all the planets here, too, so that's not too bad, in terms of, like, the miniature challenges and stuff. Yep, here it is. So the reason why these are so powerful, well, let me just use them, and then I'll show you. There you go. We have a beam. We have 2 beam lasers now. And they have incredible range. Like, they will hit things from way across the map here. And, of course, because they're steady like this, they're continuous fire, they do the most damage out of any of the blasters. So that'll come in really handy for us over time. And we'll get to test them out in a required space battle in not too long, so... Badly designed architecture. Didn't have enough fire retardant material for the entire moon. You know, that actually sounds right, though. Because, like, this galaxy has always kind of been known for... Well, the Ratchet & Clank games, at least the classic games, were always known for... You know, the citizens that live on these planets don't always have a lot of money to use for this stuff, you know. So sometimes they just make do with what they've got. At least that was the feel I really got from the first Ratchet & Clank. A lot of the weapons and stuff were all cobbled together feeling, you know. Anyway, you need the ship tether to get through the Tomli barrier, because you have to basically tether and grab these little pieces of the satellites, and that will break the barrier down for you so you can get through. If you don't have a ship tether yet, well, you're going to need to go grab 12 Zoni so that you can have it. But those look like Gundam beam sabers. This game reminds you of a lot of things you're starting to realize. They kind of wear a lot of their inspirations on their sleeve when it comes to these games. They were inspired heavily by a lot of games with this one, so... Like, if you go back to the pirate game, Quest for Booty, they were heavily inspired by Uncharted for that one. This one seems heavily inspired by, like, most space operas, but Mass Effect in particular really reminds me of this one. So.
Alright, Clank. So where is this time portal?
I guess we're going to be doing the time travel now, so that'll be fun. I know I could just break these by doing box breaker stuff, but... Oh, well. Anyway, if you shoot a pollen plant, it'll actually blast the enemies, and that'll, well, it'll deal a little damage to them, so that's not too bad. I don't think these little guys are going to give me enough experience to level this to V3, but I guess I could try. There we go. Just get rid of that little guy. We'll get this thing to V3 in, like, 2 seconds anyway when we go over there, so... Although I might want to just do this instead. Because that works pretty good. You're literally just unplugging the batteries to get to the barrier. Who the hell made batteries that accessible? Well, remember, a lot of things in this game we can just hook onto with our wrench, with R2 and square, so... Apparently a lot of batteries in this galaxy are very standardized, I suppose. I mean, whatever. If it works for me, then I'm not going to complain. Wow. I didn't dodge that in time. Alright, V3 Spiral of Death. Perfect. A little more ammo for it, too. That's not too bad. Always comes in handy. The spiral gets a little bit bigger with each upgrade, by the way, so that's not too bad. These are the enemies in particular where using the Groovatron would probably be in our best interest, because these big turret guys, well, they'll still dance to the Groovatron, so... And he got some good dance moves, this guy, too. Unfortunately, he doesn't have enough HP to survive 3 point-blank blasts from a shotgun, so, yeah. I mean, we could have done it with missiles or whatever else, but why take a risk? Especially when I get a bunch of experience for this thing. Yeah, the universal wrench, exactly. Screen shake reminds you of the boss you've been stuck on in Rabby Ribby since January. Oh my god. It's an attack that actually shakes the entire screen in a platformer / Metroidvania skinned bullet hell. Yeah, screen shake in a bullet hell seems like a terrible idea. I could see that being a huge challenge to overcome, that's for sure. No, we're almost back at maximum.
Fresh off the assembly line at GrummelNet HQ.
Okay, and we've got a new weapon available, the Cryomine Glove. It's useless, but let's check out why. Rabby Ribby's a Metroidvania? Yes. Oh, interested now. You're going to search this up. You should do that, Freaky Slime, dude. I've heard good things from Marie about it.
Simply toss a few out onto the battlefield. The mines will home in on any foe unlucky enough to wander within range and... Now that's cold! The Cryomine Glove. Available only at GrummelNet.
So it's a good idea, right? Like, freeze enemies solid because it takes them out of the fight. The problem is, they just sold you the Groovatron Glove, which does the same thing effectively. It takes them out of the fight for a certain amount of time. And it makes them easier to deal with because they'll just dance around instead of, you know, having to freeze in order to do it. It's significantly less expensive. And to be frank, this is just the freeze mod from Ratchet Deadlocked put into an entire weapon. Like, why isn't this just an upgrade for the Constructo Bomb? I feel like it'd be a lot more useful if it just was that, you know, but I don't know. I don't like the Cryo Mine Glove. It does make a good combination with the Plasma Striker because it freezes enemies solid, and that allows you to shoot their bioscope areas, their weak points, with the scope on this thing. But that's about the only use that it gets. It's a good combination with the Plasma Striker. So if you want to use the Plasma Striker, this is the way to go with it. Freeze the enemy solid, and then shoot them in their weak point. But it just feels like too many steps to me, to be honest. I can get the job done with my Buzzsaw instead. So I might as well just do that, you know. Excuse me. Non-linear AF. You can totally fight the boss they want you to fight first, only when it's necessary. The pixel art mixed with the illustrated profiles reminds you of Shantae. I've heard some good things about Shantae. I've never really played it myself, but I mean, I think if you can compare it to that, if there's any resemblance, it'd probably be a pretty good thing.
Praise Orvis, a Lombax.
Hi there.
Come to rescue us.
I'm gonna try.
What happened here?
Dr. Nefarious. He tricked us into helping him build this outpost, and before we knew it, his troops were herding us into detainment camps.
Oh, that sucks.
Controlled by that guard tower up there. Please.
I can already see the turret guy in there. Oh, good lord. Guess I'm gonna get a good amount of use out of the Groovatron glove.
In 3 days, Dr. Nefarious will arrive for an inspection of our facilities. Rules for his arrival are as follows. Number 1, eye contact with the Exalted One is forbidden. Number 2, obnoxious noises, such as crying and show-tune singing, are gravely discouraged.
Oh boy.
Number 3, use of the word redonkulous is strictly prohibited.
Wait, you can't do that. That's like half the Fongoid's vocabulary. What kind of an establishment is this? I'm taking this to my lawyer. Okay, let's grab some rockets. Get some good range out of them. Oh, didn't quite kill you. Okay, that's fine. Oh, they're dropping somebody directly on my head with my 3 shotguns. Seems like a bad idea. Well, alright, where's my saw going? Because evidently it's not going where I want it to go. Oop. There we go. Perfect.
Obnoxious noises, such as crying and show-tune singing, are gravely discouraged.
Those guys are up in the air, so let's
Use of the word redonkulous is strictly prohibited.
see what we can do there. Oh, another turret guy. Hold on. I know. Oh my God, 2 turret guys. Even more reason. Toss it out now.
Would like to thank you for all your hard work. You're all valuable members of his outfit, and he hopes to execute as few of you as possible. And I will plan.
Hey, level 4 Groovatron glove. Even more ammo for it as well. That's not bad. We got 4 ammo now, so that's good. I don't have anything really solid for these little guys, but well, I do. I have the storm spikes, but this will work okay. Yeah, lots of experience that you can get on this planet, so it's pretty good. Unfortunately, you can't break this. See? Be nice if you could, but there's also no Snowdan to break anywhere, which is kind of disappointing, but whatever. I guess they have Dan Johnson in the game anyway as a skin, so they don't really need a Snowdan to break. Let's see what we got here. I missed a little bit. Rabby's kind of wild. Playing Shantae and the Pirate's Curse at the moment, it's a fun old time. I think I've heard of Pirate's Curse. Yeah, I think that's the one I know about out of all of them, so. I've heard it was pretty good. Used to describe it as a fever dream designed by a madman to be enjoyed by other mad people. You got the 5th anniversary as a membership card in it. You're officially a member of the bunny cult. Fever dream made by an otaku is what you're getting from the screenshots. I want to say it, but it would spoil part of the game and you want newcomers to enjoy Rabby Ribby. Oh, it hurts. I want to say it. You want to say otaku or something else? Wait, you just noticed that that's pump action. Oh, something else. Gotcha. Yeah, it's a pump action shotgun, so it's pretty good. I like it. Does good damage. It's very good damage, really. It's probably one of the most powerful shotguns in the series, to be honest. So, it's pretty good. I like it. Creator, Gemma Yue, is, I don't know if I said that right. He's Japanese. Don't think he's an otaku. He's a fucking sadist, but I don't know about otaku. Speaking of otakus, you really want to get No More Heroes. I've heard good things about No More Heroes. Did it get a, what was it, like a Switch remaster or something recently? I don't remember. It's another one that's kind of been in my radar for a while, but I've never picked up, so. I don't know, I heard it was good, so. It was a Switch remaster port, that's a thing. Okay, gotcha. 1 and 2 got ports. Okay, I see. Love pump action shotguns, they're so fun. I just love the sound effect in this thing. It was like Cole said originally, this thing definitely does have that sort of effect where it sounds like God shutting his car door. It's on blast all the time, and I love it. Just boom! It's great. I love it. Well, these things are doing pretty good. We're almost at V4 with almost everything that we have in our arsenal at this point. We'll get new weapons soon enough. As a matter of fact, we'll be getting the weapon that goes in that top slot in about the next planet, I think. So, but we'll get there in a little bit. First, we got to figure out how to rescue these fungoids. So,
Me? I thought you were one of the troops.
nope.
Been searching for me ever since I escaped the detainment camp.
How'd they miss you? You're kind of out in the open here, man.
Can you help me get through the ivy?
Well, I gotta get some tetramites over here, but I don't know where they... Oh, they're over there. Oh boy, here we go again. Come here, you. Also, thank you for the gift. Don't know what gift you got, but there you go. Hey, Rockin' Fun, how's it going? Welcome. We are on the Tumbly Outpost. We're doing a little time travel shenanigans. Once we figure out how to get to it, anyway. The time portal's kind of stuck in a containment field at the moment. So once we get to it, we'll be good to go. Alright, we go here. Now here's the question. Do I shoot the pod down there to get a little bit, kind of get a little crowd control going? But I don't know if that's a good idea because then I don't get as much experience from it. I mean, I guess that works. Unfortunately, I don't have enough range with this thing to do the rest of that, so... Plan B! There we go. And now, well, okay, that's not what I wanted to do. Or does this toss it? Okay, I mean, that works. I'll just let it do its little bit. Oh, there's another big guy. Okay. Big girl? I don't know. If I can push him off the platform, then I don't get to deal with all the little ones. There you go. I'll stick with this for now. Actually, I'll stick with this for now, because I needed to get this hydro plant taken care of. But there's the tetramites again. I love the little ditty that they have going in the background for the tetramites. It's just so, like, B-movie, horror movie, you know? It's great. And I mean, they're terrifying because there's these termites that can just murder you instantly, and you can't hardly jump out of their little field. I don't know if you noticed that, but when you're inside of a tetramite field, your jump gets, like, severely nerfed to the point where you can barely jump away from them, so... Yeah. They're great. Alright, but now we gotta lead them across this bridge to the Ivy, so we're gonna do that in a second once they get done with their little snack. So... Yeah, the Sony again. For a second you thought you meant B-movie? You thought I meant B-movie? Oh no. We're not going that deep in the memes yet, so... Okay, so now let's let them have another snack. Get them over here a little faster. And then let's put the last one right there, and we'll see if they come over here. Yeah, they are. Okay. Yeah, the sound is great, yeah. This game's cool. Like I said, I enjoy this one. I think it's my favorite out of the Future series, to be honest, but...
Come on, we'd better get moving before they find us.
There are still a few things about it that I'm kind of like, I'm iffy about, but... Out of all of the Future games, this is probably my favorite.
When Nefarious crashed here, now can't remember why.
Did he do mind control? I don't know. Doesn't look like he's got anything in his little hut, though, so I guess I'll just leave him to it. But
look at that! The vine leads straight to the guard tower.
I was actually waiting for him to say that. That's why I wasn't jumping anywhere. But yeah, the vine is a grind rail, so see if we can take it over to our destination, which we did. I guess we got a little bit of hover booting to do, so let's go do it. This should be fun. Take me all the way over to the guard tower. Float my way down, see if I can sneak in, although I don't think so. I think they just noticed me already. Yeah, they definitely did. Whoops. How am I supposed to be a secret agent, worthy of Secret Agent Clank, if I can't hardly sneak into this place? Doesn't really work out. I do like the auto-targeting that the Negotiator has, though, in this game. I mean, even if you don't hit them with all 3 missiles, the missiles are, I mean, I think they're a little less powerful than they were in Tools of Destruction, but usually they're strong enough to get the job done with most of the things that I'll shoot them at, so, yeah. It works pretty good. Come here, you. Okay, I think that'll take us up to 29, so we're almost at the next Aphelion upgrade as well, because the next one is at 30. But we'll get there. A little extra stuff. I think you can use that to go back to the start if you want to, but we really want to go in there. But before we go in there, I want to go over here first. Because on this ledge is another plant part of the Rhino 5 holoplan. I'll see what I can do about it. I don't know if I'll find the whole thing, but I'll do what I can. There are definitely things you don't like at all about this game, but it's easily the most creative future game. Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Like I said before, there are some things about it that I'm like, I don't know about, but yeah. It's definitely the most fun, I think, the most creative. It's got the most interesting story by a long shot, I think. So, and it feels like the most complete story as well. Like by comparison to some of the other Tools games where a lot of the storytelling sometimes falls flat. In this game, the vast majority of the time, the storytelling doesn't fall flat for me. Sometimes the time travel kind of gets to me a little bit, but and the thing with the Igorians gets to me a little bit. But that's really almost all of my complaints about the game. Really, is just that the time travel sometimes feels like it doesn't have well-established rules, and the reason why we fight the Igorians feels kind of half-assed. But yeah. Other than that, there's really only one thing, but I'll talk about that when it becomes a problem, so. Alright, that should do for now. Security scanner. You may remember that from winning the Bronze Cup, we got that nefarious security card, and that's what we're using it for, to get in here, so. Ha! We have a V4 Negotiator. Very nice. Back to the Spyro. Back to my other shotgun. Haha. Yeah, I love when it hits them on the way back, too, because it makes it look like, oh, it's not quite going to kill, and then all of a sudden, bam! Blast them on the way back. I'm surprised it took them this long to put a boomerang gun in the Ratchet games. It feels like such a concept that isn't that far-fetched, to be honest, but... Well, I'm glad they put it in here, so... Alright, Groovatron time. Make this easier to deal with. See what I mean about the sound effect, though? Oh my god. It's so satisfying to listen to. Alright, containment grid is down. Now we can access the time portal. The hover boots are so cool. Oh my god, yeah, they're great. Like I said, they're... For Rock and Fun and me, they're a bit of a guilty pleasure, but I enjoy them quite a bit. They're a nice little mechanic. That sound is just sexy. Oh my god. Yeah, it's great.
Time portal Clank was talking about.
It's incredible. I love it. Alright, well, we deactivated the containment grid, but now we gotta go figure out this time portal thing that they've got over here. Do I need ammo? Not for that, not for that, not for that. Well, I guess that's all that really matters is, well, these two now, because these two are the ones that are still V3 out of anything. How's the Groovatron doing? Oh, it's getting there. It'll take it a little while to get to V5, but don't worry about it too much. We'll have plenty of opportunity to get to V5, so. Like I said, if you're not buying all the weapons in the game, it's nice and comfy to get them all to V5, so. The ones you use, anyway. Well, apparently the portal works, though. We're
Last piece of gum, and
in the
Dr.
past,
Nefarious asked for it. I would give him the gum.
where they're apparently hypnotized into following Dr. Nefarious. Fair enough. They all sound monotone enough to be hypnotized anyway.
Disappointment, as his mother once suggested.
Okay. I'm gonna take their stuff while I'm here, might as well. I would think that these bolts would have depreciated in value somewhat, since it's, 2 years in the past, but I don't know how the economy works in the Polaris Galaxy, so whatever. Ooh, the crash site. What we got here? Behold, Fungoids! Lo, on this very spot lies the rock which fell from the sky and delivered the Metal One and his butler into our midst. Damn it, I knew we should have kept an eye on that asteroid after Deadlocked. That's how he got here. He hit a planet eventually. This is proof that the great and powerful Orvis believes that we can be trusted with technology once more. Either that, or this is some cosmic coincidence we'll be kicking ourselves about later. It's probably the latter. Anyway, so that's how Nefarious got here to the Tumbly Outpost, and in Polaris in general, is after Up Your Arsenal, he was marooned on an asteroid for what appeared to be 5,000 or 10,000 years. But after Deadlocked, he passed by the station that was out there, and apparently that wasn't too far away from the Polaris Galaxy, because approximately a year or two after Deadlocked, here we are. So,
I enjoy working for Dr. Nefarious.
sure you do.
Dr. Nefarious is great.
Yeah, I don't know what these guys are all about here. It seems like they're either hypnotized or they just have some sort of giant adoration or reveration for him.
To build the bridge, but the winch crank rusted up.
Uh-oh. Any chance you've seen Orvis around here, then?
We're not supposed to talk about it, but he's inside right now. Can you imagine what those two have to chat about? Dr. Nefarious is brilliant.
Keep telling yourself that. How do I get inside? What can I do to help you get in there?
Nothing we can do. Not for a while. We'll just have to wait for them to finish building the oil derrick so we can fix it.
You can't deal with rust at all at the moment? You have to get an oil derrick done? Why are you helping Dr. Nefarious?
Why? Why? Because a day without Dr. Nefarious is a day without sunshine.
I mean, you say that, but it doesn't sound like you believe it. Was he talking about giving Dr. Nefarious gum? He was, yes. That was one of the things that the automated voice was talking about. One of the things was, hey, if Dr. Nefarious needed a piece of gum, and you had a piece, the last piece, you'd give it to him. So.
Praise Nefarious! What can I do for you this fine
They're not brainwashed, they're just afraid for their lives. I mean, that's probably not wrong. What are you doing here, man?
I was planting some vines when suddenly I felt the urge to stop and help our visitor build his new home. Have you met Dr. Nefarious yet? He's great and wonderful.
Sure. Those vines might actually come in handy, potentially, if, because we're 2 years in the past, right? So if we plant some vines now, maybe they'll have grown a little bit in the future, and then we can use them to do some grinding. How do I plant some vines?
Glad to help. I know more about horticulture than any fungoid on Xanathar.
Okay.
First, you need to scoop up a seed. Then, find a nice patch of soil. Then you just plant it, nice and deep. In a few years, you'll have a nice, healthy vine. There are 2 more planters around here, if you want to give it a try.
Sounds like fun. Let's see what I can do. Any chance you've seen Orvis?
I hear he's in the outpost right now, talking to Dr. Nefarious. You can't see him, though. The winch crank rusted up in last night's thunderstorm, so we can't lower the bridge.
Well, I'll see what I can do about that. Where are the other planters other than this one?
They're on the other side of the bridge. I would have planted the seeds myself, but there's a burrow of xiphoids back there.
Of course there is. But yeah, there's the other 2 planters, so we can plant some more of these vines. And this is where the time travel of the game kind of comes into play. And I really actually dig the way that they did the time travel in this game, because it actually changes up how you do the levels. You go back into the past, you take care of a problem for them, it affects the future in some way, and then it allows you to continue with the level and finish up the level potentially. Basically, the things that you do in the past, you're changing the future. You have lasting consequences on the future when you do stuff, because we just planted this vine. It will be fully grown by the time we get back to the present, and if you go back now, you can actually see that. I do, however, think it's a bit of a double-edged sword because of things that we'll talk about later, but for now, it's a good thing. Just continue to think that it's a good thing, because I do enjoy the fact that they do it this way, so I think it's a good thing. That was not enough spread. Do I still have choke on by any chance? Or did I replace it? No, I have double on. Okay, maybe I just shot too close. Anyway, there's the galvanic thing, and that guy's really not happy with me because of that galvanic thing. Why don't you guys come over here and say that to me? There you go. Oh, apparently the parents are unhappy again. Gotcha. And we'll just take a second one. I'll plant this while that blows them up. There you go. God, the sounds on the shotgun, I know. Feels like they stacked the shotgun noise onto itself. They probably did. There's probably like some sort of like delay effect going on with it, where it's like the sound plays and then the sound plays again, like within like a few frames of the other sound. So I don't know. Oh, I see what's happening. They're turning into a big guy because they were a little guy before that. I see. So probably that's only when there's 3 or more of them. So effectively, they're giving themselves armor. That's just great. Alright, well anyway, let's grab another seed and plant our last vine. But yeah, once we go to the future, you'll see what I mean about this whole thing here. So, it seems relatively simple, but I personally think that more planets needed to do this, because only a couple of planets actually have these time travel mechanics in this game. The rest of them are pretty well standard for the series. But I personally think that they should have done this time travel stuff on every single planet in the game. There should have been some manner of time travel going on. So far, the only thing that we've had is repairing Aphelion before this, but now there's even more to it.
A day without Dr. Nefarious is like a day without sunshine.
Well, about that, because the days with Dr. Nefarious 2 years from now caused there to be no sunshine. So you might want to rethink your statement there, bro. Uh-oh, there's a couple of turrets and a bunch of these saw guys. Get this out here so I can take care of them a little easier. Alright, I'll be with you in a second. First of all. Oh, okay. I guess I was stuck on him for a second. Is that guy gonna start shooting at me? Not yet. Constructo shotgun a go-go. Yeah, the Groovitron's got some pretty decent detection range for the enemies being affected by it, so it's not too bad. Let's do one of these. Just to show you how we can deal with this guy normally without using the the Groovitron. Damn, that one-shotted that guy. Some good damage these guys have got. Uh-oh. We got a heavy ship going on here, too. Time for more negotiation. So yeah, heavy enemies in the air, and the Negotiator specializes at taking down, so deals pretty good damage to him. But yeah, so remember how we planted these 2 years ago? Well, now the vines have fully grown, even though there's snow everywhere, and, well, now you can take them over to that drilling platform so we can rescue the prisoners, so... Yeah, again, I think that the planets needed more of this. I think every planet should have had something like this going on in it. It would have made for more interesting central mechanic to the game, I think. So, remember one planet that did such a cool thing with time travel? We're probably thinking of the same one. There's one late in the game that does this really cool thing with the time travel where you play a very active role in a very bad situation. We'll get to that in a little while once we get a little later in the game, but yeah, it's a very cool set piece, I think. So, and I can't talk about the second half of the double-edged sword just yet because we haven't seen too many of the active consequences of our time travel shenanigans just yet. We'll get there. Oh, I guess I'm doing a short range because this thing needs to be upgraded. I can't believe I didn't get hit just there. There we go. Well, then stop shooting me if it's not cool. Then I won't have any reason to kill you. Well, I still will because you work for Nefarious, but, you know. Alright, V4, Spiral of Death. Better auto-aim, I like that. Yeah, it is a camo crate. Okay. Hang on, guys, I'm getting you out of there. There you go. But yes, here's another one of those boxes, or not boxes, weird stones that we saw before. And this one can fill the Omni Soaker with oil. So now we can actually take that over here and we can fix the winch in the past. But in addition to that, we need to get these guys across this gap. So we're going to go do that by fixing that winch as well. And hopefully Nefarious doesn't send any, well, forces on this planet don't send any reinforcements while I'm trying to do that. So we're definitely thinking of the same one, yeah, for sure. Oh, trail bolts, what's back here? A camo crate and another Constructo mod. Yeah, I don't want to forget that one, because I think that one's pretty good, too, if I remember right. It is for the shotgun, it is Lance. Okay, so this is another one that increases the range of the shotgun. So if you equip Lance and you equip Choke, it actually becomes really, really long range with a really, like, low amount of spread. So if you need a long-range shotgun for some reason, like if you want to use it on an enemy that likes to stay away from you, then there you go. Now you can use it like that. I personally use it like a shotgun, but hey, you do you. Alright, let's oil this thing up, and now we can crank this one and get the bridge going. Yeah, we're pretty close to being done with the Constructo mods. We've only got 6 more left to find. So.
I can't wait to see my wife. Yeah, me too.
What do you mean? You can't wait to see his wife too? What's going on there, Fongoids? I don't think that's any of my business.
Shut down the outpost and restore the village. See you later, stranger. I'll come back anytime.
Well, I will, but I don't know. You might not remember me at that point, so. Because I'm going to the past. Anyway, we fixed the problems in the present. We unfortunately haven't fixed the snow that's been going on around here, but maybe it's just winter time while we're here. I don't know. But we do have some oil, so now we can actually fix the past as well. So let's see if we can go rescue Orvis from Nefarious's misdeeds by, you know, actually using this here Omni Soaker with oil. That was a stiff-ass wire holding that bridge. It didn't hardly move at all. Must have been made of some fancy wire mesh of some kind.
Hey, you found oil! Dr. Nefarious will be so happy. Do me a favor and loosen up that winch crank, will ya?
Sure, will do. He'll be real happy to see me, that's for sure. Let's just say him and I go way back. Oh, this is gonna be great.
Do me a favor. If you see Dr. Nefarious inside, tell him I helped you out, will ya?
Sure, I'll get you a few brownie points. Anyway, we got to get inside of the outpost now, and so that's what we're going to go do. This Constructo shotgun's almost V4, so let's do that and this. So we got a short-range option. We got a long-range option. We'll be good to go. Don't you mean way forward? Yes, how did I not think of that? Reminds me of the... I also chose this guy's dead wife post. It's like that necromancer post, right? It's like, I need to get revenge for my dead brother. You have my bow, and my axe, and your brother. Oh boy. Ooh, so now they've got 2 classic weapons from Tools of Destruction coming back soon enough. The Buzz Blades and the Magnet Launcher. And we'll be buying both of them, because they're both still really good in this one. Magnet Launcher, not as much as it was in Tools of Destruction, but it still has a niche, so we'll worry about that in a little bit. But yeah, keep an eye out for those, because we're going to buy both of them. We'll finally be able to put our bolts to use. Alright, let's get these out. Let's see what they've got. Hello there! Doesn't seem like a very welcoming welcome mat. How about you guys go back and start over? Roll out the red carpet for me. Just gonna make a big ruckus, because why the hell not? Alright, We got a V4 Constructo shotgun now, so that's pretty good. Even more power on it, although in here might get a little hairy. This looks like a good time for the Groovatron. Hello there. Here you go. And I think if they walk into the range, it'll still cause them to start dancing, so... There we go. Nice. Yeah, see, when they walked into range, they started dancing anyway, even if they weren't to begin with. Oh, we got another friend. That's not what I want to do. There we go. If they're regular enemies as well, the galvanic upgrade on the shotgun keeps them held in place for a pretty good amount of time, so use it and abuse it. Uh-oh. More of these guys. It's okay, though. I got this. Alright, I think that's it. No larger turrets for me, but that's okay. I'm gonna go back and grab a little ammo, I think, if this door still opens. It does. Good. And then once we're done getting that, then I can, we can move along here. Oh, a little bit of ammo for me right here. Cool. Wasn't sure if the door was going to open in time for me there. Good lord. Okay, let's go confront Dr. Nefarious and see if we can rescue Clank's father.
You sweat! You told me this would work!
Uh-oh.
I don't know what's happening. We should have found it by now. He must have erased his own memory.
Or you're just incompetent.
A gift, and not to be tampered with.
This is your last chance, Orvis. How do I get into the chamber?
You are making a mistake. The clock is not a time machine.
Uh-oh, not another hypersonic brainwave scrambler.
There's only one who will enter my chamber, and he is safe, far from you.
Where is he? Where did he go? I don't know, sir. I'm pulling up a residual image from his database. We scanned it before he dissipated.
Well, now we know why he was looking for Clank. Hi. Catch. Ow.
Annihilate him, you fools!
Yeah, about that. Bye. Okay, so you saw the damage that we did with that fusion grenade, right? Or that Constructo bomb, right? About that.
You get it? Because he's a moron!
How does he generate wind when he's talking like that? Does he have like a wind generator in his larynx? Robotic larynx? So we changed the past, and now, well, yeah. Oh my god. I love Arlen Shimmerman. He does such a great job with Nefarious's voice in this game. It's easily his best performance as Nefarious to date by a long shot. Like, I could say whatever I want about this game's plot, but he's just fantastic as him in this game. It's great. So we changed the future. Nefarious has a permanent injury now that he did not have before we went back to the past and blew him up like that. I don't know how that worked when it took multiple splitter rifle shots just to headshot him back up your arsenal, but still, the effect is there. He's been damaged beyond being able to be repaired. So there's permanent consequences for the things that we did in the past. Good thing. I don't think it's implemented enough, but good thing. It's a part of the double-edged sword that I was talking about, but it's still permanent consequences for the things that we do. Yeah, that's a good thing. Something you don't see in every game. Well, anyway. Uh-oh. How did you capture him? Well, he did actually go to try to distract him, so... Angela! Maybe I shouldn't tell him about her.
Ratchet, don't listen to him. Find the clock.
I don't know about that, General. Excuse me. How about I rescue him and then you can just eat my entire ship's tailpipe? Actually, no, Aphelion would hate that. Never mind. Gotten late, but annihilate him! Some people never change. Oh, hey, I found the original post. Oh, okay. Yeah, go see if you can find it. If it's, you could always link it on the server, too. Oh, okay, there you go. So Clank was actually constructed away from the Great Clock, as we saw in the original games, but Sigmund was also constructed away from the Great Clock at Zordoom Prison on planet Visceron. Interesting. Just posted. Okay, sounds good. But Vorsalon is here, and he has the general, so we're going to have to go see if we can bust him out. I get the feeling Vorsalon won't be too happy about that, but, well, we'll see what happens. Right, he's over here, behind a Nagorian cruiser that I'm going to fly directly around. It's not that I don't want to fight the Agorians, it's that I don't need them to have a greater excuse to want to kill me in this game. They already have a pretty piss-poor one, in my opinion, so... I don't know. Already about to scream at your work. You've been updated that an end user suddenly has a new issue that they never mentioned before, and you're supposed to fix it, apparently. Oh my god. Can never be easy, can it? That sounds like it blows. You never mentioned this. You never brought it up. Why am I getting this info from not you? Yeah, that's a good question. It's a very good question. Alright, so apparently we have to take General Azimuth's place, but I think we're just going to fly in and beat up Vorsalon again. I mean, we already beat him up once. How hard could he possibly be? Not very hard. I'm making it a bit. I'm doing a bit there. He's not that hard. So. Nice. And we've got access to a new weapon, the Buzzblades. Well, a new old weapon. Let's check them out.
Buzzblades are perfect for taking out hordes of enemies. Just hold down the trigger to fire the blades, and watch as they ricochet off everything they come into contact with. Before you know it, you'll be the last Lombax standing. Buzzblades.
Ow.
Available only at GrubbleNet.
I don't think I'd like them if they can do self-damage, but no, they can't. That was just a joke there. The Buzzblades are really good in this one, though, and I'm definitely going to be buying them right now. I think they got a buff since Tools of Destruction, because I don't remember them doing that much damage in Tools, but in this game, they do significant damage, so I like them. They're great. They effectively completely replace the Constructo pistol for the rest of the game for me, so... They don't have a ton of ammo to start with, but they get a pretty good chunk of it by the time they're done, so... And that's actually exactly where I want them, is right up there, so... Alright, let's test them out, shall we? Welcome to the IT industry, where half or more of the people working in the industry don't know how to do their jobs or even properly communicate their issues. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem, yeah. Okay, I don't know how I dodged that backwards, but I'll take it. Wow. These work a lot better indoors, I find. And against small enemies, like in this particular case, there's a bunch of small enemies over here, so they'll do good damage. They're already getting pretty good experience as well, so that's not too bad. But just fire them off while you're wandering around, and they'll do some good damage for you. Not necessarily going to kill enemies as quickly as something else might, but you might as well use them until they run out. So. Sir, I don't think you want to mess with me when I've got my hands on a Constructo shotgun. There you go. But apparently these guys are going to teleport in for a little bit, so that's fun. Just more fuel for the fire, frankly. Actually, I'm going to put up a few storm spikes since these guys seem to want to be all over the place here. Is that one in a wall? Yeah, it is. That's funny. What's shooting at me? Oh, those guys are shooting at me. Okay. We'll go fix that in a second. Once I grab a little ammo here. Ooh, I got 75 Buzzblades. I'm back at maximum. Nice. Oh, okay, they're coming down to me. Alright, that's fine. Well. Uh-oh. Okay, Groovatron time. Yeah, I'll use the Spiral of Death. It's probably fine. It'll do good damage. On the back swing and on the front swing. There you go. Uh-oh. This guy doesn't appear to be affected by it, though, so I guess we'll just, you know, do it the old-fashioned way. Nice. He hit one of those red mist tanks behind him, and that dealt the final blow. Good. If it works, it works. Okay. Let's see. Now, do I go back and get some ammo, or am I okay? I think I'm okay for now, to be honest. I'm going to try to get the Buzzblades up to, like, V2 by the time we're done here. That should be feasible. The enemies here give decent experience to it, so... Yeah, just shoot them off. They do pretty good in the damage department. They're not great, but again, it's supposed to replace, like, a pistol or a Lancer-type weapon, effectively. And by the time they get up to V5, believe me when I tell you, they will do significant damage, so... Yeah, it's going to be pretty good once we get there. Seems like a pretty easy little security system you got there, but whatever. You do you. Just going to do that in case I need... Oh, I do need more ammo. Because there's more of them all over the place here. There we go. Alright, so where's this going to take me? Oh, to move the swing shot targets for us. Okay, cool. There's usually a little puzzle in this room. You come back to this place a couple of times in the game, there's usually a little puzzle to be had. So. Yeah, Buzzblades will work okay. We're indoors now, so they can actually bounce off the walls and stuff and do a little bit more for us. So. Those little guys are where they get their experience from. Uh-oh. That winch is rusted. Let's go see what we can do about it. Well, here we go. Just get our little Omni Soaker out. It's like a Super Soaker, except more death. Well, potentially. You can actually use the Omni Soaker for something in battle as well. It's not just used as a gadget for puzzles. If you soak an enemy in oil, now there is no flamethrower in the game, unfortunately, but if you soak an enemy in oil and then hit them with the wrench, they'll explode like they got hit by something with fire. Because the wrench has, like, it generates like a spark, essentially, and that causes them to get blasted as if they got, you know, lit on fire, so... I think that auto-aimed over to the other guy. That's funny. Anyway, we've opened the door over here, so let's go do this. Also, you got a somewhat decent... You somewhat got decent at a fighting game for once, about time. So that's Guilty Gear, I think, if I'm reading that correctly. That's cool, rockin' fun. Was it just a matter of more practice, or what got you good? What part about it got good for you? I've never played Guilty Gear, unfortunately. Heard good things about it, though. Yeah, it's Guilty Gear Strive. Okay. Well, I think if I remember right, this is Vorsalon's room, so he's probably waiting for us on the other side of this door. Let's see what we can do. Well, I don't see him, but that doesn't mean he's not there, so... Let's find out, shall we? There he is. Be honest, being able to play online is the biggest thing. Yeah, I could see that being it, yeah. Being able to play against actual players usually helps in that department. Strive is really good for newcomers. Gotcha. I'll keep that in mind. You have a day spa on your ship? Well, I guess if you're traveling across space like that, it makes sense, so... Anyway, we have some new tools that we can use against Vorsalon. One of them is the Groovatron Glove, which actually works somewhat okay on him. He won't stay... in effect for very long, but it does a little bit, so... Yeah, the Buzzblades, even at V1, do pretty good damage to him, so, as you can see. They also auto-track to him, which is kind of nice, considering he likes to duck and jive around you all the time, so... Everybody keeps saying that. Gonna bring my complaints to the board pretty soon. You keep saying that shit. Let's just get rid of the rest of these. There we go. This is probably the hardest thing to dodge out of all of his stuff, but usually if you just kind of jump around, you can get away from it pretty good. So for those, just jump in front of them and then they can't actually do anything to you. So let's get one of these out. It has pretty good range, so might as well use it. I'm trying. Actually, in this particular fight, it might not be a bad idea to use the long-range effects for the Constructo shotgun until he turns invisible. Because usually at this point, he'll start to kind of track you, and then he'll end up close range to do a melee attack like this. So, and then you can blast him pretty good point blank with the double slug shot. Uh-oh. I think he's behind me, yeah. Oh, that melee attack has a little bit of range on it, doesn't it? What I like to do in this part is I like to put out a few storm spikes, because that actually helps with damaging him when it doesn't matter where he is in the room, he'll still take a little damage, and it shows you kind of that way where he's at, so he can take some extra damage from all the stuff that you're doing, so. Uh-oh. Get the hell away from me with that. But yeah, if you keep the storm spikes out, they can kind of give you an idea of where his location is, because they'll actually start attacking him if he comes close like that. So. And you can still damage him even if he's invisible, by the way. I just... oh, yep, definitely range on that. There we go. You keep running away in that thing. One of these days I'm gonna get you and you're not gonna be able to run away. Oh well. So you're already practically at the amount of money that we had before this, before buying the Buzz Blades, so that's great. But he left us an elevator, so I'm gonna go use it if I can't go back in here and buy some ammo. I can get the nanotech on the other side, that at least is good. Alright, so can't get any ammo for right now, so Buzz Blades, and I'll keep the Spiral. Let's use our Buzz Saws, shall we? We got small circular saws and large circular saw. So, let's see what we got here. You drew the meme Jacko pose? Oh boy, I don't know what that is, but it sounds funny. The only Guilty Gear games you can play online are Plus R and Strive, because they have rollback. Wish you could have gotten into Rev 2, but all of your online matches have been garbage. Plus R is Accent Core, right? Yes, okay. Kind of came to the point where if you can't play a fighting game online properly, don't think it'll be worth your time. I mean, that makes sense, right? I mean, that's where a lot of the... You'll get a lot more entertainment out of it that way if you can play it online with other players, you know? So, yeah, Plus R and Rev 2, but haven't managed to get enough free time to get real good at them. Gotcha. That's really the thing, though, is it's really just practice, to be honest, with a lot of fighting games. Excuse me. That's usually what gets you good, so. Alright, General's got to be around here somewhere. And I don't think there's any, like, Constructo mods or anything to find in this place. I think we found the only thing that's actually on the ship already, which is a piece of the Rhino 5 holo plant, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. I wasn't actually sure if that was going to work, to be honest, but hey, it worked out pretty okay. Something's popping up on my mini-map. I don't know what the hell's going on here with this laser grid, but whatever. Took a little hit, but that's okay. General?
What are you doing?
Rescuing you.
Rescue missions are kind of my thing. Now, how do I lower the containment field?
Yeah, send it in the Discord there, Freaky Slime Dude, so we can take a look at it, yeah. Never heard of Jacko? Girl kind of went trending a while ago. No, apparently I haven't. I don't know. I'm usually not in the know about those sorts of things, to be honest, so. But, yeah, send it in the Discord. We'll check it out. Alright, but now we got to move this crank in order to move the bridge to 3 different areas where we can take care of these containment fields that are around, well, the containment field, by subduing some of the power sources for it. So we can free the General, and then we can get the hell out of here. I do remember the get the hell out of here section being a little bit janky in some way, though. I just don't remember why. I guess we'll find out soon enough. I mean, I don't have a lot of ammo at this point, but I don't think that was it. I think it was something else, so we'll see. Just checking to see if there's anything else in the chat that I missed. Doesn't look like it too much. Get that out of here. Good. Looks like we're going to be playing a little jump rope with lasers here. Ow. That was about the worst jump rope that I possibly could have played there.
Deactivated.
You know, you can kill these guys with the buzz blades if you hit the red mist. Maybe I will. Okay, well, little extra experience for the buzz blades. That's never a bad thing. I got a little lucky with that one. I keep forgetting you can't double jump with the gravity boots in this one. It's kind of like retroactive interference because in the very next game you can, if I recall correctly, double jump with the gravity boots. And it's funny because I remember when I first played the last game, the next game that we're going to be playing, which is Into the Nexus, I said, why can you double jump with the gravity boots? That's so random. And now, apparently, it's interfering with my ability to play the game. I'm going to save them, but you got to come with me, General. You might have some other imparting advice that I need to hear. You never know. This part's a little funky, if I remember correctly. Because you got to kind of hit it at just the right time in order to get it to go properly. So, let's see. Wait for it. Go now, I think. And that should be good. Maybe not. No, maybe yes. Never mind. Sometimes when you lose all your momentum right there, it causes a bit of a problem when you try to go off that last ledge. You don't have enough momentum to get across to the other side, and then you die. So.
Deactivated.
Okay, and in order to get back, we got to go down there, which will then shoot us back up. So. Or that could happen. Well, that definitely didn't work how I was hoping it would. Thankfully, even if you flub it completely, like I just did, it allows you to just respawn right back at the top here so you can go down and collect up anything else that you might need to collect up. There's an ammo box back here, so I think I'm going to grab that before we go anywhere because it'll give me some buzz blades and some other stuff back. So. Alright, there we go. One more containment field generator left, and then we're good. Long story short, Jacko is a very animated, high-energy character with a very recognizable crouch animation. And at one point, it became a number between artists and stuff, a meme between artists and stuff. One you said in the Discord is one you drew at the park because your friend wanted you to draw it. Oh, nice. Cool. I don't even play Guilty Gear. I don't, but, I mean, that gives me some context, at least, to what the hell was going on with it. So.
You have to go.
Well, if they're going to be here any minute, then that's all the more reason I need to get you out, because I might need the reinforcements for us to actually leave. So, I kind of lopsided that bridge a little bit, but that's okay. By the time I realized it, I was like, it's too late. I don't want to go all the way back around again. So, alright, that's probably where the generator is. But let's grab these first. And then, get the buzz blades out. I don't think I'm going to need these for now, but get these out for now. We'll use our circular saws, especially with the proper PPE. Okay, so if you didn't go do Korthus Gamma yet, you wouldn't know that you can use these to get some water and then take care of the heated surface so that you can walk across it, but this is how you would be told by the game, hey, you can cool down a surface using the Omni Soaker, so yeah, there you go. And I'm going to go out on a limb and, yep, guess we're going to need this in a second. Oh, your friend doesn't play. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I wasn't sure who you were referring to there. No, you're good. No big deal. Ooh, that's a hell of a sound effect. Sounds like cicadas a little bit. Anyway, let's get this one out of here.
Containment generator alpha deactivated.
Cool. We kind of went in a bit of reverse order there, but that's okay. Let's get the general out of here. I think I'm going to need oil, actually, on the way out, so I'm going to keep the oil for now, so I don't have to, like... I think they give it to you someplace close to where you need it on the way out, but let's just keep it so I don't have to bother.
Release lever's exposed.
I got it, General. Hang on. There you go.
I know. It was touch and go there for a while. The old Lombax instinct kicked in and,
Fool! I told you to leave me. You shouldn't have come back.
Wow. That was not the reaction I was expecting.
Yeah, I was thinking thank you would help a little bit.
Sitting around all day. I've traveled back in time, found out what happened to Orvis.
Back in time? When? How far?
Not far enough.
Great.
It's just... we're the only ones who can fix the past. I'm proud of you, Ratchet.
There. That's a little better.
Come on. It's time to go.
Also a good idea. Yeah. Okay, so now we got to bust out of the facility with General Azimuth in tow. So let's go do that. He's getting ready for battle, so let's get ready for battle ourselves. And there we go. Hang on, I'll support you there, General. He pretty easily one-shots most of the little enemies, so it's kind of hard to support him in that way. But against the bigger guys, you can do some good damage, so... Yeah, General Azimuth is Ratchet's father figure. He knew Ratchet's actual father way back in the past, but... yeah, at this point he's acting like a father analog because Ratchet never knew his father, so... Yeah, he's acting more as an analog at the moment. They both have a shared connection with his father, with Ratchet's father, because they've both known him. Well, Ratchet didn't know him, but he's his son, and General Azimuth knew him quite well, so... Uh-oh. More of these little guys. Let's just let the Buzzblades do some work. Again, if I can get them to V2 before we're done here, that'd be great. If not, well, I'm not all that worried about it, to be honest. It's fine. Okay. Why don't you give that a rest? It's getting there, yeah. General, you should probably get out of the goop. It's not good for your health. Just saying. There you go. Okay, never mind. This happens sometimes. He actually gets stuck in there, and I think because of that... Oh, okay, he actually got out. Good. Sometimes he gets stuck in there and he can't get out, and then you have to reload a checkpoint to get him to a certain section, because the turret that you have to use coming up here is rusted, and it actually won't derust even if you oil it. It's broken. It's not even rusted. It's just broken. And it won't undo unless you... he actually comes into the room. That's the trigger for it to actually work again, so... Yeah, how nice. How is he doing the after image thing? He's trained enough. He's a Dragon Ball character zapping around. Yeah, General Azimuth, well, by virtue of being a general, there's the oil, by the way, if you need it. He's had a lot of Lombax training, and the Lombaxes apparently were incredible fighters, so, yeah. He's pretty good with that wrench. He doesn't need any weapons other than it, so, you know, he's got to be pretty good with it. Take these, even though I don't need them.
Did you get the best armor yet?
Best armor I can have for right now, yeah. Okay, so here's where you need to use the turret to cover him while he's doing his thing. This one gets a little tetchy. The main reason why it gets tetchy is that for some reason the enemies in this area sometimes just don't get hit by your turret for some reason. I don't know why. It's working okay for right now, yeah. We'll make it work anyway, but... Sometimes they just plain old don't take damage. I don't really know why. Maybe I just had bad luck with it previously. I don't know. But there's a possibility we'll see it. Negative Ghost Rider. I've destroyed too many of your ships. You can still take damage in this section, though, if they start shooting at you, so thankfully they usually take a little bit to get to you before they start shooting, so just kind of try to keep them at bay while you can. Okay, looks like he took care of everything for us. That's good. Yeah, that part has glitched out for me before, so apparently this time it did not, so that's a good thing. Well, we're not going to be in the Sector 7 hangar for very long.
I'll radio as soon as I'm clear.
That's the vacuum of space. Are you sure it was a good idea to open that hangar door? Apparently it's not too bad because we both got the the face mask thing going on here. At least I think the general had a face mask going on there. I didn't really look. But if he didn't, he's more trained than I thought. Anyway, let's go, Aphelion. It's fine. There's probably a force field shielding them. I mean, yeah, I could see that being a thing. Although, none of Lord Vorsalon's forces need oxygen to live, so I don't know why there would be a force field to begin with. Maybe it's just something that he has as an after effect from when he was organic. This is interesting galactic trivia, by the way, right here, because it tells you that Orvis has actually only left the Great Clock 3 times. Once to go to planet Core-2 to construct Clank, once to go to planet Visceron to recruit Sigmund, and then once to go to the Tumbly Outpost where he met his untimely demise. So that's great. Anyway, Vorsalon is going to beat a hasty retreat because he always does that whenever we beat him, so...
Are you all right? Did you clear the ship?
Sure
Yeah, I'm
did.
clear. Were you able to decrypt Vorsalon's flight data?
They were encoded with a double hexagonal holokey, but one of the files was unprotected. It looks like coordinates to the Bernelia sector.
Oh?
Well, it's not much, but it's our only lead. Upload them to my ship and I'll meet you there. Ratchet out.
Okay, so we have a new sector unlocked, and we got to go to the Bernelia sector, and we'll get into another Clank section when we go there. But I think since I'm going to a new sector anyway, let's go back to the Vela sector and actually finish that one planet, Vela Gamma, that we did not complete before this, because all the rest of them are completed except for the main planets. So let's just go grab this real quick, and then we'll call it a day. I'll probably come back to this sector to sit at the depot here, so I don't get that stupid asteroid mission again that's in the Vela sector that always respawns whenever I go to the depot. But yeah, once we come back, we'll call it a day. And then we'll continue on Thursday's stream. We'll do the Clank section, we'll go to the Bernelia sector. Beryllius sector? I didn't really check to see what it was, but I guess we'll find out in a second. If you hear any squeaking in the background, by the way, I apologize. The mucus in my brain is currently impacting the upper part of my nose, and it's making a squeaking noise whenever I inhale. So that's hilarious.
Yeah, I had that for a few days.
Yeah, it's not fun.
No, it's not.
Which planet am I looking for here? Vela Gamma, which looks to be this way. Is it this ice one? Maybe. Yeah, this is it. So there's probably a gold bolt somewhere on the planet that we missed. So let's go find it. And once we find it, we'll get the heck out of here. And best way to find it? To observe from space. So let's do that. Probably in some sort of a pit of some kind. So let's see if we can find a pit where it would be. There's my ship. So it's definitely not there. I don't really see a pit. I thought that was it over there, but it was not. Wonder if that's it over there. Maybe. Well, it's straight back from where we are, so let's go see. We'll just go take a look around. It's got to be around here somewhere. I don't remember where it is exactly, though, but I will find it. Oop, okay, hello. Goodbye. Let's see, from here. Well, we know that's not it, because that's boxes. That's also boxes. That's also boxes. I might look this one up, to be honest. I don't remember where it is exactly. Unless that's it over there. That just looks like a lamppost, but I guess I can go take a look. Oh, I'm right on top of it, so... No, it's definitely not here. Okay. And everything is trying to kill me. Okay.
Yeah, this one you should probably look at.
Let's see. It's not that large of a planet, though, so I guess it won't matter too much if we just go kind of exploring around, you know? No, this isn't it. But it's probably in one of those little sections there, so... Just take a look. Definitely not there. Can I get out this way? No. There's Velards on this planet, but I don't think they have a mission for us, otherwise the planet would be, It would be still glowing green, so... Not in there. It's in here somewhere? Zony Stonehenge. I've found Zoni Stonehenge. That's fun. Oh, there it is. I see it. There's just a depression over there. It's the only one on the planet. I did not see that at first.
I didn't either.
Now I see it. Thank you. And there we go. So now this planet should be complete, and we don't have to worry about it again. And I don't really care for the experience these guys can give. Well, maybe I do, because these are almost V2. Might as well get a little of it while I can. If they even give halfway decent experience, I don't know. This is the second sector in the game, so there's a distinct possibility it doesn't really give a lot of experience, so... we'll get them to V2 somewhere else. Don't worry about it. But there we go. We've taken care of all of our business here in the Vela sector, and we're pretty much done in the Korthus sector as well, with the exception of what we need to do in the rest of the Agorian Battleplex. We'll do that stuff later. Not too worried about it for right now, but all the mini planets are done. We do, however, have to jump to the Bernilius sector. It is Bernilius, so that we can go check out the signal that's there. And if you look at the map, you can see a distinctly head-shaped space station that we might want to go check out at some point while we're there. But before we do that, we're going to have to go see how Clank's doing at the Great Clock. So we will go do all of that, and probably some more, on the next episode of Ratchet & Clank Future, A Crack in Time, Stream Edition, which will be happening on Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream. I'm going to go find a safe place to land this puppy, and then after that, I'll see all of you on the next one, which, as I said, will be on Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Let me just load in and land first. We should be pretty close to the depot. Usually you come in pretty close to the depot when you go in these places. As long as there's no, like, Agorian ship directly next to it, I think we'll be fine. Yeah, there we go. Right over here, between all these mines. So, yep, that's it for me. Until Thursday, everybody, take care, and have a good one. And I'll buy ammo before we get here next time as well. Because, you know, that's pretty important.